Welcome to Yellow Brick Road. I am Jordan, and today. Now, we all know about the Mamdani and Trump meeting that happened at the White House, and I thought it'd be cool to hear some, like, kind of, disparate opinions. But it is funny that they're both calling it a good thing. I believe Alex Jones calls it a good thing, and according to this title, I haven't watched this yet, but according to this title, and if you ever heard Kyle Kulinski say, Democratic Tea Party, we need a Tea Party. He's saying it's here, and Mamdani was on the cover of it. Hopefully, this works out for me. It's my only struggle is like I don't watch things before I play them or before I react to them. A lot of times, not every time, but a lot of times. Uh, so sometimes I end up in trouble, but whatever. We'll go with it. See what happens. Before I get started, don't forget to share support. Hopefully, donate to all the links in the description box. Also, please check out the Discord link if you want to join that. We are in that Discord right now. All opinions are welcome, and obviously, everything I show you will be linked in that same description box, aka the show notes. But let's start here with this. It says breaking, although not so breaking. At least 24 people are dead and 54 wounded after Israeli airstrikes in Gaza, testing the ceasefire that began in October, officials say. Interesting. Testing the ceasefire. See, like, hey, if we keep doing this, are they gonna say anything? I haven't heard anything from the White House yet. Have you? I haven't. Maybe I didn't look for it enough or whatever, but okay. And apparently, there's a video that I can't play for you here. Maybe I can link it. Actually, linking it might get me in trouble too. It's a guy. I can't show it on here. It's him getting shot and most likely killed, right? But this guy was just walking on a random road, shooting an AK-47. I assume at Israeli soldiers, and apparently that was their reason for continuing airstrikes, or one of the reasons, right? So, and like they're come up with any excuse they can to keep killing people, and it's just a reminder to not take your eye off the ball of what's happening here. Still horrendous shit happening in Gaza. I saw another story where they moved the fucking yellow line in further, like kind of, like it's a quote unquote imaginary line, but it's actually kind of not. They're using these like barrier things, these yellow barrier things to showcase, okay, this is where the line is. Don't cross this line. And allegedly, Israeli soldiers were using trucks and stuff to move those yellow barriers even more closer, right, to encroach even further into Gaza. So, with all the crazy drama news and all that stuff, we shouldn't forget about this. Although, personally, I'm not so much into the drama. I usually look at things because there's a point to be made about it. Just to be honest with you. But whatever, you don't have to believe me, but let's roll through this. We're going to start with Alex Jones here. Possibly praising Trump or saying, oh, Trump pulled a fast one on Mamdani. See, look. Typical Alex Jones way. And also, he's going to play a lot of the press conference so we can get like a kind of a double content here to react to. And then we'll get to the Kyle and Crystal video, and hear what they say. But let's start here. Here is Alex Jones. Take it away, Alex. God.
Wow. Any questions, please?
President Trump, Stephen Nelson from the New York Post. I've got a question for you, and then also one for Mayor.
Sure.
For you, you referred to Mr. Mamdani as a communist. Can you describe why you feel that way? And also, will you do anything to stop him from arresting Prime Minister Netanyahu if he visits New York?
Well, we didn't discuss your second part of the question, and on your first part, I mean, he's got views that are a little out there, but who knows? I mean, we're going to
Yeah,
see.
folks, I checked it. The press just learned this. They snuck him in. This is really bizarre. Let's continue.
It's now quite a while ago. It's quite a while. My first term was great. We had the greatest economy in the history of our...
Hold on. They snuck him, meaning like they snuck in the Netanyahu idea? What does he mean by snuck him in? Maybe something different. Maybe it's just out of context there. But yeah, if he means they snuck in the question about Netanyahu in there, no. For sure, no. Mamdani has, once again, part of him winning his mayoral race was about his views on Israel Gaza, Israel Palestine, right? And we know what this guy's policy is, and yeah, they should be clashing on that quite harshly. But either way, here we go.
Country, we're doing even better now. We're doing much better now than we did even the first term. And I can tell you some of my views have changed. And we had discussions on some things. I'm not going to discuss what they were, but that I feel very confident that he can do a very good job. I think he is going to surprise some conservative people, actually. And some very liberal people, he won't surprise them because they already like him.
And Mr. Mamdani, it sounds like you had a productive discussion, but just days ago you referred to President Trump as a despot who betrayed the country. You said you'd be his worst nightmare and accused him of having a fascist agenda. Are you planning to retract any of these remarks in order to improve your relationship?
I think both President Trump and we are very clear about our positions and our views, and what I really appreciate about the president is that the meeting that we had focused not on places of disagreement, which there are many, and also focused on the shared purpose that we have in serving New Yorkers. And frankly, that is something that could transform the lives of the 8.5 million people who are currently struggling.
Trump's putting pressure on his backers to roll over.
And the meeting came back again and again to what it could
Trump
look like.
knows that New York sinks, the country sinks. It's too powerful. So this is like Trump putting pressure.
And I've been
Now, I'm looking at this scenario, and if you're a Trump fan, on paper, you'd be losing in this scenario. And if you're a Mamdani fan, on paper, you'd be losing in this scenario. I'm seeing 2 L's. That's why it's so interesting to show this contrast with Alex and then what Kyle and Crystal might be saying when we watch their video. Very, very interesting. I was hoping for a little bit more analysis from Alex, though. I get that he's playing the context, right? He's playing the clips. But, like, I want him to, like, really, like, because on the surface, he's like, oh, my God, the far left, you know, Transtifa, this trans Antifa, the far left demon devil worshippers, communists, evil communists, and now Trump's buddy with one of them. And he's not even, this guy's, Mamdani is not even considered like an establishment guy, right? He's considered a, you know, far left socialist communist. You know, he's not a part of the Democratic establishment on paper, right? So this would be like Alex's worst nightmare. But apparently, it's a good thing now. Now it's a good thing. Once again, I am very curious what Kyle and Crystal are going to say. Here we go.
called much worse than a despot, so it's not that insulting.
I already did.
Maybe I think he'll change his mind after we get to working together. Yes, please.
Mr. President, Anthony Mashhad from MTV Lebanon.
Good.
I would like to ask you a question about the Middle East regarding you said that Hezbollah in Lebanon is not in a good position.
You know they got dirt on Mamdani.
After Gaza and Syria.
But that's bad.
Given your assessment that
But Alex, that's bad guy stuff, right? Bad guys get dirt on people to abuse them and control their behaviors. Isn't that what the bad guy does, Alex? I thought you called QAnon a fucking hoax. Didn't you, Alex? But now you're advocating for things that QAnon was saying to do. Kind of hold these people hostage, right? By having dirt on them. Whether they're good or, because they're bad guys, so you get dirt on them, right? Use their own tactics against them. Trust the plan, right? And I'm looking at Alex Jones like, yo, isn't that a bad guy maneuver? Isn't that what the bad guys do? They try to blackmail people to control their behaviors. Isn't that the bad guy? Okay. All right, we'll see. Here we go.
what do you say for the debate today?
Alex Jones is fucking embarrassed.
And what is your next move to push toward disarmament?
Sure. Well, we are pushing for total disarmament of Hamas and, frankly, everybody else. And we actually have peace in the Middle East. As you know, the King of Saudi Arabia just left yesterday. We had some great meetings, and he's made a contribution toward the United States of more than $1 trillion. We have now over $20 trillion coming in. No country has ever had anything like that, not even close. If you go to 2 trillion or 1 trillion, it's a lot. We have 20 or 21 trillion dollars. I think that Hezbollah has been a problem in Lebanon, big problem. We're working with Lebanon. We're working with everybody in the Middle East. That's another thing I think we have in common. We want to see peace in the Middle East, and we actually have now, for the first time, peace in the Middle East after 3,000 years. And
I'm sorry for laughing, but that statement is crazy. It's like, I get like you're playing a character, but you're going too far, my man. We have peace in the Middle East. Finally, after 3,000 years, we now have peace in the Middle East. Holy fucking shit. Once again, I know it's a serious topic, but that's a crazy ass statement. I can't help but laugh at that. And also, I just showed you like, peace for who? Peace for who? Al Qaeda guy in Syria? Terrorists funding Saudi Arabia? Genociding Saudi Arabia? Genociding Israel? UAE funding genocide in Sudan? Peace, huh? What about Libya? Is that peace? Is there peace there? Iran. There must be so much peace going on with Iran, right? Sure. Here we go. Fucking liar. But that was a crazy ass statement. For the first time in 3,000 years, he said, I'm wrecked. That's a crazy ass shit. That's a crazy ass statement. Don't worry, Alex didn't even notice. In fact, he might pep it up. That's right, it's true. Never seen before, 3,000 years. There we go.
Now we're going to refine it, and I think you're going to see some very positive things happen.
There is a potential to invite the Lebanese president.
Oh, sure. Oh, I would do that, absolutely. And if the mayor would like to be here for that meeting, because I know he feels very strongly. I think you feel very, very strongly about peace in the Middle East. I think
we desperately want it, and that's something that I shared with the president, that when I spoke to New Yorkers who had voted for the president last November on Hillside Avenue and Fordham Road, I asked them why. I heard again and again two major reasons. One was that they wanted an end to forever wars. They wanted an end to the taxpayer dollars we had funding violations of human rights, and they wanted to address the cost of living crisis. And I appreciated the chance to discuss both of those things.
You said a lot of my voters actually voted for him, and I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with it. Yo, Alex, what do you think about that? Yo, Kyle, what do you think about that? Let's find out. Here we go.
I'll do that. I'll sign it. Give it to me. I'll sign it in a minute. That's pretty good.
Mr. President.
Yeah, please.
You threatened to send federal troops to New York City. You both have differences when it comes to ICE agents in New York City. Mr. Mamdani, you call ICE a rogue government entity. I wonder how you reconcile your differences on both of those issues.
Well, I think we're going to work them out, and I think that if we have known murderers and known drug dealers and some very bad people.
Yeah, this is humiliating Netanyahu right now. Because Trump's got all the Arab states doing what he wants. And don't make no mistake, Mamdani's Muslim Brotherhood is his biggest backer, not Soros.
What?
So Trump, just like he did with Saudi Arabia, I'm not even defending it, I'm saying what I see happening, brought him in the back, made the press stand there for an hour. He wanted to make sure Mamdani got read in on things. And then now Mamdani's eating out of his hand. So they don't wreck New York, which could bring the country down. The country's very close to being brought down. Very sophisticated action by Trump. I'm actually very impressed by this. Let's go back to it.
Wow. That's all I got. Wow. He's backed by the Muslim Brotherhood, and Netanyahu is pissed off right now. He's pissed off. It's like, holy Christ. And then once again, I have to ask these questions every single time I hear these fools talk out loud. Who the fuck is buying this shit? Who is that dumb? Like, there's dumb, and then, like, what the fuck is this? Like, trust me, there's around content creation, there's a lot of dumb fucking audiences. There's a lot of them. But this shit is next level. What the fuck? What the actual fuck? If they accidentally researched any of this stuff, like by accident, they'd already outflank Alex Jones, apparently, or at least his narratives. It's like, holy shit. Okay, here we go.
We'll be seeing a second, but
shut up, Alex.
You're both from different parts of the political spectrum. You're both populists, though. And I just wondered,
Alex predicted 9/11.
With the president's campaign style, his techniques, his social media use, inspired any part of your campaign?
Well, I actually told the president that, so much of the focus of our campaign has been on the cost of living crisis. And when we asked those New Yorkers who had voted for the president, when we saw an increase in
and now
his
he's
numbers
repeating
in
it.
New York City,
Mamdani saying my voters voted for Trump in war. This is absolutely about Netanyahu.
About the cost of groceries, the cost of rent, the cost of Con Ed, the cost of childcare. And too often politicians are looking to lecture to New Yorkers what they should care about as opposed to listen.
See, Trump knows if he attacks Mamdani like they want, it makes him bigger.
Trump, we heard them speak about
but Trump can choke him up with federal funds while he's acting like his buddy.
I am really looking
That's
forward
what Trump's doing.
to
Very sophisticated.
in partnership.
I mean, Dick Lick does not even. It's hard to do it. Like, how am I supposed to analyze that, guys? How do I analyze this? How do I analyze, Mamdani is funded by the Muslim Brotherhood? How do I fucking analyze that shit? What do I do with that? Do I go through his fucking tax records and, campaign donations and all? Like, what do I do? What do I do with that? I have no choice but to just talk shit. Like, oh, wow, what a dick lick Alex Jones is. Like, incredibly a dick lick. In the face of all the blatant corruption from the Trump administration. Blatant. This fool is still out here dick licking. Yeah, this is him fucking over Netanyahu right now. He's fucking him over. But don't worry, Trump's going to fuck over Mamdani, too. He's going to hold back federal funding. Because they're a bunch of lefty communists. Black helicopters. Peruvian death cults. Like, holy fuck. If you're listening to Alex Jones talk and you're nodding your head in agreement, like quietly, like subtly, emotionally, yeah, okay, I got nothing. All right, here we go.
While he's acting like his buddy.
I am really looking
That's
forward
what Trump's doing.
to
Very sophisticated.
in partnership.
That's the thing about Trump. He'll do 3D chess stuff that I...
Actually, hold on, Alex, because he literally, once again, we saw that Trump and former ISIS, former Al-Qaeda guy, Jolani from Syria, right? Who is literally, right? Who was literally a fucking, quote-unquote, terrorist or Al-Qaeda member and shit like that. Like, literally part of it. Not funded by, he was in the group. Is Trump 5D chessing that as well? Or, like, what's going on? What's going on with that? It's like, don't worry, just wait for the last day when he's in office. And then, boom, he'll drop the hammer. Netanyahu done. Jolani done. Mamdani done. They'll all be done. Trump will take them all out. Like, come on, bro. Come on, Alex. Here we go.
But Trump can choke him up with federal funds while he's acting like his buddy.
I am really looking
That's what Trump's doing.
Isn't that corrupt, Alex? Isn't that corrupt?
The thing about Trump, he'll do 3D chess stuff that I wouldn't even think of that's so smart, and then he'll do the dumbest stuff and later admit it was wrong. Like, I had the White House last night, like, no, we admit, what do we do, They watched the show last week, they had the pollster up. I mean, it's like, Trump's, but anybody super smart is not smart on everything. I'll say that myself.
This guy's weird, bro. What the fuck? You're telling me InfoWars is up? It's on TV in the White House somewhere? Is that why you... Now, Alex, are they watching it to be informed about the news? Or are they watching it to make sure you don't fucking slip up? Let's just be honest about that one. I wonder if they're watching it like, hey, Alex fucked up right there. Give him a call. Tell him to tone it the fuck down. Who knows? I'm just saying. Little Alex. Here we go.
A year ago, which is true. We have to get Con Edison to start lowering their rates.
Absolutely.
And if I may, last week you told me you were pushing ahead with your plans to sue BBC for up to $5 billion. You were going to speak to Prime Minister Starmer as well. Is there any progress or any updates on those issues? Well, we get along very well with the Prime Minister. We made a deal with UK. I like him. He's a fine person. And I think they have some big energy problems. They've got windmills all over the place. They're going to have to start using other methods because their energy is out of control. Talking about in the UK, it's out of control. And he's got that problem. He's got a big immigration problem, as you know, and he's got a big energy problem. And we talk about it. He's a good man. Prime Minister's a good man.
You had a chance to speak this week.
I haven't spoken this week.
Digital ID, what a great idea.
Have you spoken to President Zelensky, or do you intend to
Who?
meet President Zelensky about your plan? Did you meet with him?
I've spoken with their people. We have a plan. It's horrible what's happening. It's a war that should have never happened. It would have never
Zelensky will
happened.
never respond. It's the same plan from a year ago.
I thought they should
So
have.
that's getting wound down.
But it's a cold
Ukraine's already lost.
A lot of the you talk about utilities.
It's winding down. Why do they keep feeding him weapons, though? How's it winding down? They're consistently giving them weapons. Come on, son. Actually giving them, like, targets or missiles that can reach certain targets within Moscow, within Russia. So, okay, whatever. No big deal. Go back to sleep. This is Infowars.com. I'll worry about it. You guys go back to sleep. I'll take care of everything for you. Fucking devil worshiper, bro. Here we go.
But a lot of the big energy-producing plants have been under attack, to put it mildly, to put it nicely. Yeah, we have a way of getting peace, or we think we have a way of getting peace. He's going to have to approve it. Just so sad. So many people. You know, last month they lost 25,000 soldiers. This is something we haven't seen anything like this since the Second World War. They're averaging 6,000 or 7,000 a week between the two of them, dead soldiers.
All right, it's now confirmed. Mamdani snuck in.
Reasonably close, but
What?
Definitely Trump's plan to see what he's going to say before he did this meeting.
I did 8 peace deals of countries, including in India and
These shots.
Pakistan.
Yeah, Zelensky's done, folks.
In fact, they're coming here and
Russia's taking cities like every day.
to the Congo and Rwanda. That was 10 million people dead. And we worked something out on that, but so many. And the one I thought would have been, for me, because I have a very good relationship with President Putin, I thought that would have been maybe quicker. But it does take 2 to tango. And now you just see all the death. And, you know, it doesn't affect us other than the fact that we don't want to see all those people that really is on the other side of the ocean. It's a war that should have never happened. It did happen. I blame the person also sitting right behind this desk. This is a war that should have never happened, and it wouldn't have happened.
He just blamed himself quietly. I know he means Biden, but let's be real. You set a new standard by giving lethal aid to fucking Ukraine. And people that weren't asleep or dummies and just wouldn't, people that didn't just go full on, I trust you no matter what, Mr. President Trump, you would find out about that because your ears and eyes would be open to see it, to look for stuff like that. But let's be real. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if Alex was aware of that. I wouldn't be surprised if he covered that. But I also wouldn't be surprised if he made an all-out excuse for it so that you go back to sleep as an audience member. Because that's Alex's job, to put you the fucking sleep so that devil-worshipping policy can reign through the planet Earth. Meanwhile, you'll think it's a good thing happening if you're following Alex Jones. Like, yeah, we're winning. We're winning. Alex said so. Embarrassing. Here we go.
If I were president, but we're trying to save a lot of lives. They're losing 25,000 lives over the last short period of time. That's Ukrainian and Russian, and it's a shame.
What happens if I want to ask the mayor-elect about a House resolution just passed overwhelmingly to condemn socialism, including with 86 Democrats, all of House Dem leadership, and the minority leader, Hakeem Jeffries, despite his endorsement of you. What's your reaction to that?
I have to be honest with you, I focused very little on resolutions. Frankly, I've been focusing...
Socialism.
Folks,
I understand. I think
Trump not attacking him takes all his power away.
As a democratic socialist, I've been very open about
And I admit, I'm wrong like 3% of the time. This is one of the times.
3% of the
This
time.
is like genius.
That's what I look forward to.
Because now
Alex Jones is wrong. Only 3% of the time. And also, hey, Mamdani, they're condemning your whole platform. What do you think? Oh, sometimes, just gotta, I don't pay attention to stuff like that. I don't even know what happened, okay? And once again, according to Kyle, most likely the only reason he got Hakeem Jeffries' fucking endorsement was because he bent the fucking knee. Like AOC did. It's just that, isn't it? Bad shit, isn't it, guys? But don't worry, someone will tell you they're doing this is good. Right now, we're watching Alex say this is good. We might see Kyle say this is good. Meanwhile, you, the viewer, if you have this imagination of things that Trump is 5D chessing with Mamdani and tricking him, or you think, oh my God, Mamdani's tricking Trump. He's gonna do the real Democratic Tea Party stuff. If you good luck to you. Good luck to you. That's all I can say. Maybe just a little bit of critical thinking, just a tiny bit. Try it first, just a little bit. Rent that car. Try it for a little bit. Just see what happens. Hey, what if they're lying? Try that out for a second. See what happens. Actually follow it for a little bit. If you don't like it, give up and go back to sleep. You could do that if you want to. I mean, that's a little insulting to say go back to sleep. Maybe you're wide-eyed open, loving what's happening here. So I'll be fair to your own opinion. But play devil's advocate in your own mind with yourself. Hey, I wonder if this is bullshit, though. Could this be bullshit? But these guys, these faces on my screen are selling me this stuff. Just try it for a little bit. That's all I beg for. All right. All right, here we go.
Mamdani doesn't get to blame stuff on Trump when he collapses stuff.
Your comment calling the president a fascist, and your answer was, both President Trump and I have been clear about our positions and our views. Mm-hmm. Are you affirming that you think President Trump is a fascist?
I've spoken about...
I totally misses with that. This is, I love curveballs. See, Trump does the most genius stuff, man. He does the dumbest stuff. We all do.
Also, about this Ukraine plan.
Yeah.
President Zelensky said today that his country would risk either giving up a partner or giving up its dignity. There's been criticism that...
Ukraine's already lost.
He doesn't like it?
It's unclear. He was sort of...
Well, he'll have to like it, and if he doesn't like it, then, they should just keep fighting, I guess,
The suggestion that he made, though,
yeah, keep losing.
If he doesn't accept it, that the U.S. would pull back its support for Ukraine.
Well, at some point he's going to have to accept something. He hasn't accepted. You remember right in the Oval Office not so long ago, I said, you don't have the cards. Don't forget, I inherited this war. This war never would have happened. I inherited this war. And I thought he should have made a deal a year ago, 2 years ago. The ultimate deal would have been if it never started. That would have been a good deal. That could have been done, too, if you had the right president. But you didn't have the right president.
Yeah, he's lying about that as well. He helped. I'm not going to say he started this or started that. If you look at it, technically, none of them started. They're just continuing on what was already in place. He gave them weapons. Biden gave them a lot of weapons. Trump comes back into office and gives them more weapons. There's no real mystery about this. But all right, here we go. Don't worry, Alex will just lie to you about it. Al will pretend the Democrat, they're better, though. Here we go.
Damn right.
Mr. President,
Damn right.
Something that you and Mr. Mamdani
That's a lie.
seem to agree on.
Right.
Democrats have run New York City for a long time, Mr. Mamdani. Do you see Democrat policy specifically as being a problem? And I'd like that to be a question that both of you could answer in New York City.
Look, I think that there are many things in our city where we have to own the responsibility of it, things that existed long before
Trump took all his power away with this. I miss things rarely.
Things that existed long before
Trump took all his power away with this. I miss things rarely. I miss this.
That's interesting. There's a lot of problems that existed before, even before Trump got here. He didn't start, what comes out of Mamdani's mouth next? Pause. Hey, he didn't start any new wars. Wouldn't it be funny if he said that? Wouldn't that be crazy? Here we go.
This is literal Jew. But Trump said, I want to have him here, I want to be friends. So I guess I miss that. People would love the red meat to beat the living snot out of him, but now all the failures on Mamdani if he doesn't do the policies Trump wants.
Right back at the heart of our politics so that we don't have a situation where...
But Alex, that's you admitting that it's not real. It's bullshit. If Mamdani doesn't do what Trump wants him to do, or Trump's administration wants him to do, let's be real, he's not much running everything, let's be honest, but whatever. If Mamdani doesn't do that, and then Trump just starts pulling funding and tries to subvert them, how is that a failure versus someone sabotaging them. But Alex is up here telling you it'd be a good thing if he sabotaged them. Like, it's such a lame brain argument. Dude. Like, and once again, Alex is one thing. He's full of shit, right? But like, there's regular people that make these arguments too, where as they're observing active sabotaging, they tell you like, well, it wouldn't work anyways. It's like, well, how are we supposed to fucking know that? How are regular people supposed to fucking know that if we can see you openly sabotaging them? It's like a guy in a race and you fucking clip his Achilles so he can't run. It's like, well, he's going to lose anyways. Like, what the fuck? Is that how you do things? That's just logic. Imagine on a moral level. Holy fuck. At the very least, it maybe to a certain degree, it smells like Alex doesn't sleep so well at night. At the very least. I'd be shaking and shivering under the fucking covers. Because I think he knows he's doing dirt. Once again, to be fair, I don't exactly know, but in my humble opinion, this guy's full of shit. I think he knows he's doing dirt. I don't think he sleeps so well at night. There you go. Let's continue.
We're in the wealthiest city in the history of the world, and yet 1 in 5 can't even afford $2.90 for a Metro card.
Mr. Mamdani.
You know, we had some interesting conversation, and some of his ideas really are the same ideas that I have. But a big thing on cost, you know, the new word is affordability.
Mamdani says he'll cut government. Communists always do. That's the difference.
But it's very accurate.
He's the enemy.
They're coming down.
Trump is befriending him to trick him.
Both of
and
us
play 5D
had
chess.
the highest
It's
inflation
genius.
in the history of our country the last 4
It's
years.
genius, I tell you.
Under the Biden administration, and we've got inflation down now to a normal
The best
number.
thing
It's
about
gonna go
Trump
even
getting
a
hurt by the
little lower
polls
than that.
and us criticizing him, which the White House called
Actually,
about,
no
said it was a
problem.
lie, is now Trump. Whenever he thinks he's winning, he does terrible. As soon as he thinks he's losing, we get to good Trump. That's the way the universe works.
What?
But I mean, this is something else. I mean, I hope you realize what you're watching.
In terms, it can be covered by international law. And
This
local law.
Mamdani could do anything
He
he
got
wanted
meth or something?
to New
He's not
York as
real.
long as Trump attacked him. That's why Trump messed up on Canada and attacked the globalists, but made it about the Canadian people, and he helped Carney get in. That was a mistake. Trump has learned from this.
No, I don't know. Would you?
I'm thinking they mixed in some meth or, you know, like microdosing mercury or something, along with his TRT injections, right? Along with his testosterone injections, he's also getting some meth in there. Some make me stupid drug. Like, just to say dumb fuck shit so confidently like that is just incredible to me. And for some reason, his audience allows it to happen. Or he's getting bot farming. Hopefully that's the case. Sadly to say, hopefully it's just a bunch of bot farming. But these content creators, they all dick ride Alex. Oh, he's a good guy. He means well. He's saying the right thing. You know, maybe he goes off the reservation a little bit every so often. But you know what? This guy's for real. Like, no, he's fucking not. I don't see it. I mean, whatever Trump does, he will make an excuse for. When he realizes the audience can't roll with him on something, he'll find a backdoor of, justifications for what Trump's doing. Like, Trump is such a good person. He's trying so hard. He's such a good guy that if he exposes Epstein, it'll actually collapse the economy. Like, he should expose it, but he's not doing it because he loves all of you so much. Those are things Alex Jones fucking says. And I want to know who the fuck is eating that up. Like, holy Christ. I know, like, it hurts to hear that, but guess what? Someone's got to fucking say it. Someone's got to let you know. Because Alex won't. Your fellow audience members, they probably wouldn't either. Maybe some of them would, but a lot of them wouldn't. Here we go.
Do you want to respond?
Yeah, I think what I've shared with the president is our desire to not only follow the laws of our own city, laws that protect New Yorkers, but also a desire for consistency in our politics across the board. And that's something that we've talked about and something that I know many New Yorkers want.
We were with ICE.
We discussed ICE and New York City, and I spoke about how the laws that we have in New York City allow for New York City government to speak to the federal administration for about 170 serious crimes. The concerns that many New Yorkers have are around the enforcement of immigration laws on New Yorkers across the 5 boroughs, and most recently we're talking about a mother and her 2 children, how this has very little to do with what that is.
What we did is we discussed crime. More than ICE per se, we discussed crime. And he doesn't want to see crime, and I don't want to see crime. And I have...
All right, let's stop here. This is live. We can pause it right here. The War Room is about to begin with Harrison Smith. They're going to cover some of this.
God.
Obviously, coming in live, you'll see this. Go to Real Alex Jones on X. Go to Harrison Smith's feed. Go to Rumble for the Alex Jones Network. We'll continue on with the analysis of Harrison Smith and his guests and other guests today, 3 to 6 p.m.
Right now on thealexjones.com, you get...
Don't, and I recommend you don't buy his shit also. Wouldn't recommend. All right. I mean, that was brain-breaking and dumb as shit, but don't worry, there's more left. It's going to be a little marathon. Here we move over to Secular Talk, a.k.a. Kyle Kulinski, where he's going to be sitting down with Crystal Ball, and they're going to be talking to some people, I guess. And the thumbnail I saw, there was Mamdani and Trump in the thumbnail, so this could be interesting. If they don't actually go fully into that, then, you know, I'll leave the video. But for now, do it. From Secular Talk, the Dem Tea Party is here, which Kyle considers a good thing. Here we go.
Jeff and Osama, welcome.
Hey, good to be here.
Yeah, of course. So great day to talk because you guys just launched a new candidate going against an incumbent Democrat in New York City. Let's go ahead and take a look at her launch video.
This is how change begins.
I don't want to. No offense to her.
They're up these crowd friends.
No offense to her. She'd be a good person. She can mean well, whatever. Good for her.
Now.
Not here for this.
Daria Eliza going up against Adriano Espaillat, who's a sort of, I guess, run-of-the-mill and pro-Israel Democrat in New York City.
Actually, let me make sure I'm not trolling here, because let me make sure. I'm pretty sure Mamdani's in the thumbnail. If I have the right video. Yeah, Dem Tea Party's here, and you see it was just a symbol that Kyle's using. All right, maybe this is a bit... Okay, if we don't go there in this video, I'll use this one instead. All right, Trump cucks to Zohran. Okay. This might just be promoting a candidate, which I don't care to hear about, honestly.
Getting Zohran vibes. She's talking outright about we got to oppose genocide. She's wearing the keffiyeh. Jeff, what was it that you saw about her?
Actually, that's a funny statement. She has all the imagery of the thing you're looking for, but we don't know if she has the substance. And that's the way politics seems to be maneuvering. These are weak people. I'm not saying that this candidate lady is like that. I'm saying the way Chris just described that. She's wearing the right clothing. She has the right T-shirt on. She said Free Palestine. She said, I'm against genocide. And apparently that's good enough. That's fucking sad, isn't it? And then when they eventually betray you, Kyle and Chris will say, don't worry, there's another person on the way. Another candidate's on the way. Come on in. Once again, not to insult that lady. I got
a lot of background information on what's going on here.
Okay.
Like a lot. There's a lot going on. Like I could just go into it for days. So there's a lot they're not telling you. I'm telling you, but right now, for example, I guess I'll start right here. Like Espaillat, right? He's actually one of the OG Dominican politicians, and there's like a lot of other dirt going on. So when she says he's run of the mill, like I guess like his corruption maybe, but he's actually very established as a Dominican. But he's also very controversial now. My guys are actually running against Espaillat and have been running against Espaillat several times, such as that guy. Remember that video of the people like throwing my friend into his seat? Theo Chino, right? Yeah. Theo Chino, by the way, is also Dominican, and the Espaillat is also Dominican. So there's like this internal war going on in Washington Heights. That's Dominican, right? And just so you know, there's more Dominicans than Puerto Ricans in New York City. There's a sizable and powerful political force that's being contested over. Yeah. So you also have some residency in the Bronx as well too. but they're quite involved. I also think that there's, to tell you the truth, some type of like corruption stuff like going on overseas as well, between not just New York and Dominican Republic, but also New York and Puerto Rico as well. And they're moving money between these sites, and a lot of other shenanigans. So there's a lot. This lady who's coming in, you're right, as in terms of being a surface level, and I believe that they're
I don't know her.
purposely.
I don't know her.
My
So
people have been trying to take on this particular race for several election cycles. And just so you know, SBI was also named by over 20 politicians in the county committee for manipulating votes, where only 8 votes decided. You could look this up right now, right? If you look up the word county committee, Epstein, Epstein, and not Jeffrey Epstein, but there's another guy named Harvey Epstein who's actually on state. He almost took over the Manhattan Democratic Party. He was only off by 8 votes, and Espiat was accused of sitting House of Representatives member. He's on the same level as AOC, right? He's in the House of Representatives. He was accused of throwing over 20 votes at the county committee, where 8 votes decided the Manhattan leader for the Democrat Party.
You're saying he collected these votes somehow and pushed them towards a direction. Is that what you're saying, basically, or?
Okay, the thing is that
or assured certain votes.
That front and center of my work is something called county committee and rep my block and all this other thing. And the thing is that the people who are in charge of, the judges, the judge selection, are the same people that are in charge of the ballot access and and the machines and the staff and the rules regarding elections. So there's a lot of shenanigans that go down because this is for control of police, and you control the elected officials. So what? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You control the judges. They're much less prone to party control, right? This first-time candidate running for state assembly, right? Like, what are they going to get done? They can't do stuff. They can't do anything without the party leadership's control. You get what I'm saying? So those are the races that you're allowed to know about.
Right? They can talk. Now, granted, they're not fucking AOC where they have a global fucking stage to work with, right? But they can run their fucking mouths.
You're only allowed to talk about certain candidates and only allowed to really understand them in certain ways.
No, they're human. They're allowed to talk about whatever the fuck they want to do, right?
And Kurt and whatever this guy's name is, Kyle Kulinski, are completely playing into this fake narrative that is complete BS out here. They are purposefully, and you could recognize them because they all do it the same way. Breaking Point, Brianna Joy Gray, right? Yeah, they're doing this. They follow a script. It's bullshit. There's a lot of stuff going on the ground that's not being reported on.
Okay.
Big stuff.
Now,
this is all a smoke screen.
Hopefully this is okay. I do this, Ed.
It's okay.
Ed Talking has a channel. Yeah. I will link that, and anything pertaining to the things we're about to hear in this shit, if you want to send them to me, and I can link them in the description box so people can check it out on their own. You know what I'm saying? Ed?
Yeah, I guess. The thing is that most people won't because
you guess. No, you want to do that, right? Or no? If you don't want to do it, I'm not going to force you, but do you want to do that?
People could follow. The thing is, yeah, I guess, okay. I appreciate it, yeah. Yeah, people should know that there's real stuff going on.
It's not me being a friend here. It's me being astute about this stuff. Like, if you have information or content or something pertaining to this stuff, I try to share everything that everyone sends me. I got it?
I'll be honest with you, right? The thing is that my priorities cannot be your priorities. And the thing is that everybody has to fight for themselves in their own little cells. So the fact of the matter is that they could follow my fight, really, but they have to learn to power themselves. That's the trick. That's the trap right there.
Yeah.
Like, I want them to learn about this stuff, but they cannot do it vicariously. They have to get involved.
Yeah, but if you're talking about if they're talking about the inner workings of New York City, and you're also talking about the inner workings of New York City in a different way, I think you should recommend your own work if you're doing that, right? Or someone that you do like doing it, or whatever the fuck, right?
I'm more interested to tell you the truth in what you think than what these commentators think. So, for example, right, you're putting down Alex Jones because Alex Jones says Trump is winning, right? For like whatever he's doing, right?
I'm doing it because he's a liar to me. I think he's a liar, but go ahead.
So, okay. But what do you think they should be talking about or focusing on?
They could
Like, how would you
my
interpret,
thing
how would you interpret something with Mamdani?
no, my thing is you can look at whatever content you want. Just don't fucking lie to me. Be blatantly honest about everything you look at. When I was not doing politics and I'm watching movies and shit, that's me being blatantly honest about watching a movie. That is, to me, very key. Do it wherever you fucking are. Whatever genre, whatever medium, whatever. Just be blatant. Just be yourself. Be honest. And when I see people not being honest and I see people falling for that shit, I get quite angry. It's just me being me. Now, once again, I could stop doing politics altogether on YellBro Road and just start doing movies on YellBro Road. And you're getting the same Jordan. It is what it is. You're getting the same guy. Now, when it comes to Mamdani and Trump, I'm smelling, my personal opinion, I'm smelling a bit of a strategy happening. Some strategical stuff where, Mamdani's probably advised, like, hey, man, you got to like kiss the ring a little bit to get some things done. I consider that weak, personally. Thus, I'm like, you're not good enough. Once again, if it's one thing if you don't know anything about the president, right? But Mamdani is aware of the genocide and the U.S. funding it, right? Now imagine if Mamdani holds his fucking tongue. Imagine if he holds his tongue because I want to be nice to him. I want to be nice to him because then I can get something out of him.
Okay, remember where Mamdani's coming from. Okay, he's a first-term elected state assembly member.
He's also one of the most famous politicians in the country right now.
I mean, right now, but remember his background of where he comes from politically, right?
If they ran this fool out before he even got started, he'd get the Trump treatment. Remember, Trump got ran out of town. They're like, no, bring him back. Bring him back.
If you look at my work, I interface with a lot of first-time state assembly members, Juan Ardilla, Steve Rago, right? Yeah. And a lot of times you'll see, like, around Steve Raga, like, Grace Vang is really keeping, like, a tight leash on him. There's a lot of, like, hazing and type, like, stuff that goes on in the first time in state assembly and stuff like that. And they're expected to, really the party leadership executes a tight rein on them and really tries to bring them to heel. So the thing is that...
But Ed, that's not going to happen with me. And that's why I'm like... I have to view Mamdani by my standards. If he can't live up to my standards, I say get the fuck out.
Mamdani will have a lot of different things he's touching, and the thing is that he's going to want some of those projects to succeed, and he's going to need certain people. And remember, he's the one on the ball court, right? And he's going to want. He might pass to somebody, and you might not see it, but the thing is that, he was in the practice. He knows this person's like really practiced that a bunch of times. On certain realms, he'll want certain things to go through. And he'll need certain coalitions to make those things happen. And sometimes he doesn't want that business disturbed.
Okay.
And becoming from state
do all that?
He's going to really have to be more in that cutting deals type of thing, because as a legislator, that's more of your job. He's moving toward an executive position, and executives have a lot more freedom. But his whole training and his whole mentality has come from state assembly, where he has really had to really always build coalition to get anything done. That's been his whole political real life. Right.
Okay, that's good for him. Not good enough. Not fucking good enough. Now let me let me ask you simple questions here. Let's go to like basic kindergarten level of ethics. Will he lie? Will Mamdani lie for the sake of political strategy?
Everyone will lie.
I don't lie.
Everyone.
I don't lie. Next. I don't. Next.
Sometimes you don't tell the whole truth.
What? Okay. Will Mamdani blatantly lie?
Like someone walks in the room and they smell bad. You don't have to tell them they smell bad. You just sometimes we
it's not the same thing. I believe in privacy as well. Yes, you can be private as well.
Well, look.
But if someone asks me, hey, do I smell bad? I'd be like, you smell like fucking roses, bud. What the fuck are you talking about? You smell amazing. Can I smell you more?
You know what I'm saying, right? Like,
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But I don't even do that, Ed. I don't do that either, Ed. I don't. If someone's like, hey, man, do I smell bad? I'm like, yeah. But if they walk in the room and they smell bad, I'm not going to be like, hey, man, you smell so fucking bad right now. Like, I'll say nothing.
Look, there's a lot at
whatever.
stake in these
I don't even care that much if someone smells bad. I don't care.
There's a lot at stake. So
my character more than
you can do that, but you always have to really make a. Also, I feel like it might be Trump feeling like scared about what's coming up for his Epstein stuff, so he might be trying to be extra nice. But look, I really feel like it really makes a lot of sense for, especially coming from that background, the legislative background, to play things that way. And I think that he really gave up less than Trump does. I think Trump is really bending over further to be nice or to, right, to, because Mamdani's kind of standing his ground more, right? But he's not really bending over. But Trump is really bending over to give Mamdani, right, heaping praise and stuff like that.
That's
Not
fair.
so much
That's
the
fair
other.
enough. That's fair enough. But I'm going to ask you again, Ed. Will this guy lie for the sake of political strategy?
Who wouldn't?
I don't mean keep
There's too much
things
at
keep things
stake.
quiet, but why would he like?
There's
Would
too
that guy
much at
lie?
stake.
See how simple and elementary not lying is? To be like call yourself a public servant and say, yeah, I have to lie sometimes.
Okay,
You see
so
how
check
see how
this
that
out,
is?
right?
See what that is?
A small child runs into the room, obviously scared, right? Yeah, they look beat up and shit. You know what I mean? They look fucked up. They're bleeding and shit. They run and they hide around a corner, right? Yeah. Then someone comes in and says, "Where's the kid?" You know what I mean? Are you gonna fucking tell the kid, tell him, "Oh, he's right fucking there," or are you gonna be like, "Yo, I don't fucking know," you know what I mean? Or just and just, you know what I mean? What are you gonna do, man?
I'm gonna
You're gonna
say,
tell
let's
the
go outside, my
truth? Like,
man.
what are you gonna do?
Let's go outside. I have some questions for you. Let's go outside. Is what I would say.
You could do that. You could do that, but
no need to lie. There's no
yeah.
need to in that scenario. Like I don't know. You're trying to find magical
Yeah.
situations where like, okay, see, look, you'll lie here, right? I'm like, you don't
So,
need
but
to.
you're not
You don't
answering
need
the
to.
question, right? You're just turning it something else, like whatever you want. So I am mad, bro. I am mad. Like sometimes you can do that, and that is an option. But are you?
For me,
You're
it's not
just.
an
It's not
option.
that you're
It
not
is
telling the truth.
me.
You're not answering. You're not telling the truth. You are just not answering the question, which is fine,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
Which is
You could
fine.
say none of your fucking business. Hey, is there a kid in here? I'm looking for a kid. None of your fucking business. Let's go talk outside for a second. You could do
Right.
that. What's
Well,
wrong with that? There's
you
no
know,
lying.
some people might say that's, you know, being truthful. Some people might not. Some people say, you know, there's a lot of different definitions of what you could be true to yourself. You could be true to the situation. You could be true to the response. True to what? You know what I mean? Like,
Either way, the scenario you're bringing up is not the same as Mamdani's situation. It's not the same. Either way. And like, imagine that starting off, he just became mayor, right? Or he's mayor-elect so far. He's not even inaugurated yet, right? And this, like, we're already accepting lying off rip before he's even in office. We're accepting lying
what
already.
line?
Like, that's crazy,
What
bro.
line? What line?
I'm saying, like you just said, there's a good chance he's gonna lie to get certain strategies done, right? How are we accepting
He's
that
already lied.
already? Okay,
He's
then
already said that he's African American. He's already said all these other things, like his aunt and shit. Like, who, you know, people interpret in different ways. I think it was excusable.
I mean, if he's
But some
from
people said that was his
where's his
literal
family
aunt.
from? Are they from Egypt or something? They're from Egypt. He's technically African American.
He's from Yemen. Yemen.
Okay, yeah, that's not.
You
Africa.
could look it up. It's technically in Asia.
Yeah, it's not Africa.
Whatever. You know, I mean, who gives a freaking rat's ass? I don't really care. To tell you the truth.
Either way, okay, let's get back to this.
Everybody lies.
Please, if you want to send me stuff, because I'm not going to force your hand, Ed. I know you have like a kind of a.
I just know about these things. I just happen to be involved with these people.
That's fair enough, but I don't want to like. You can do the droopy puppy thing, the sad puppy eye shit, but I'm not gonna just stand for it. Like, if you want me to show your shit, I will do it. If you give me the melodrama behind it,
I don't have all of this stuff documented. Some of the stuff I have documented.
that's
the
fair
stuff
enough.
I told you about right now, I don't have that documented yet.
Fair enough, but maybe someone else did it that you're aware of. Like, okay, this person I trust, and you should watch. You should look at their work, and you send me that shit. I will link it for people to listen to or watch.
We still haven't talked about it. Like I could make it or I could bring it out, but we haven't. We're just like behind the scenes. We just got too much shit going on right now. Like we haven't really, but it is something that we're living right now.
And you went live today, right? You were live today, correct?
I was chasing this guy named Chuck Park down. That's another rabbit hole. There's a Korean guy running against Grace Meng. He's running against Grace Meng, and there's a very interesting backstory to that as well. That's a whole nother story. He's actually the son of this OG guy who's actually in my other videos with the Korean community. And actually, just so you know, do you know who's the highest ranking Asian American in New York City politics?
No, Lucy Liu.
In New York State politics. No. It's Grace Meng. Grace Meng's actually successor, by the way, to Tulsi Gabbard, and assumed her place on the vice chair of the DNC. Now, New York City is the only city in the nation to have two people who are vice chairs of the DNC, both William Blake, who also ran for mayor, and also Grace Meng. Now, Grace Meng, her top contributor is actually IPAC, and they give her about $500,000, and her donation from IPAC is more than her next 40 contributors combined. Okay. She receives no outstanding money from any Asian American organizations, and she really serves to really bring the Asian American, this is not talked about, right? But the Asian American, all the money and resources to serve Israel state interests. There's a guy called Siraj Patel and things like that. I have documented this stuff. But what is it? So the thing is that, remember, Mamdani is our first Asian American mayor, but the thing is that Grace Meng has really been leaning on a lot of Asian Americans to really serve the Israeli state. So John Liu, who's actually the first Asian American elected in New York State history, actually, remember, he backed up Mamdani. And also Grace Meng tried to also take out the first Korean American elected elected official in New York State history, Ron Kim, who also called out Andrew Cuomo. So there's a lot of other stuff going on behind the scenes with the Asian American potential crossovers. So that's just, so Chuck Park is coming in as a Korean American, and I'm trying to really build up the Korean American forces. I've also proposed, just interestingly enough, on an international scale with my international allies, to say, if there's an IPAC, there could be an AK PAC, right? And we can, whatever they can do, we can do. And they can get all the special treatment because they pay in money. Well, we got to get our people in line and start fucking paying them money. You know what I mean? But we can't be left behind and letting them do what the fuck they want without, they setting the baseline for what can be achieved and what you're allowed to do. So, I'm not saying that I would play it like they play it, but we got to start getting involved in protecting our own interests.
Well,
so anyways, so that's my work with Chuck Park. So hopefully we could get someone with that. We're going to see, though.
I mean, hey man. Okay. Simple questions. Let me just ask you. Do you focus more so on New York City and kind of maybe New York in general, politics?
I say trust the ones that bewitch you, not the ones that they give you.
I'm saying, hold on. Simple questions, Ed. Do you cover mostly New York City and New York State, kind of local politics?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want others that could be interested in that to see that?
Yes.
Do you want me to share that you cover this stuff? I can share your channel or whatever the fuck.
Sure. Appreciate it.
It's not an appreciation. It's on topic. That's why I'm doing it, Ed. It's not a friend thing. It's we're on the topic. That's why. That make sense?
I guess, yeah.
Okay. Now let's continue the video. Please stick around. If you hear something weird, because I don't know the inner workings of New York City politics, you say, oh, yeah, pause it right there. I have a response for what these guys are saying. That cool?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Lisa going up against Adriano Espaillat, who's a sort of, I guess, run-of-the-mill and pro-Israel Democrat in New York City. I'm getting Zohran vibes. She's talking outright about we got to oppose genocide. She's wearing the keffiyeh. Jeff, what was it that you saw about her in this campaign that you guys thought was, one worth getting behind?
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into the district targeting and the candidate recruitment and selection process. And I think for this one in particular,
I just sound like he has one of those voice box things.
After the primary, Zohran had won by 19 points.
Wow.
Even though Adriano Espaillat had endorsed Andrew Cuomo in the primary. And Espaillat's kind of viewed as this machine politician, this powerful incumbent, and clearly he endorsed Cuomo. His constituents did not agree and went to Zohran. And so we started digging into the district and we're like, okay, wow, 88% of this district are renters. So let's find a candidate who is a renter. Daly Elise is a renter. Adriano Espaillat's second biggest donor is the real estate industry. Like that's a clear contrast that we can draw. And then you saw in the launch video, Daly was on the front lines organizing with Columbia students against the genocide. And Mahmoud Khalil, who was kidnapped by ICE, lived in New York 13. And when he was kidnapped, Adriano Espaillat said, "We expect Donald Trump to follow the law here. We're gonna let this play out. We expect Trump to follow the law."
Oh my God.
And so we just saw a really good contrast between Daly Elisa's life organizing experience and Adriano Espaillat in a district that is working class, predominantly people of color, and people who are ready for change coming off of Zohran's win.
So, Osama, let me ask you, how many candidates are you guys running, and how are you guys picking the districts for Justice Democrats?
Yeah, so we've launched 5 candidates so far. This is our 5th candidate of this cycle, and I think, we expect to at least double it by the new year. So this cycle for us is very much a fight back, punch back cycle after AIPAC spent over $100 million last cycle, and they thought they could get rid of us. They have surely not. And so really, our bread and butter has always been, Kyle, as you very well know, is, first and foremost, we look at deep blue districts and deep Democratic districts where there's not really any excuse for an incumbent to be a corporate incumbent or a shill for any sort of lobby or AIPAC or crypto or whomever. And, those are the districts where we should
these guys make politics feel so boring.
I think all the conversations we've had about Zohran, the reason they are
where's the spiritual backbone
over what is the future of the Democratic Party is because, what is possible in New York City should be possible for the Democratic base across the country, and we can push everyone from that point. And so the districts we've launched in so far are Detroit, Memphis, Los Angeles, Corey Bush in St. Louis as well, and of course, New York City and Upper Manhattan, Harlem, and the Bronx. Across those districts, frankly, overwhelmingly, they are working class districts. They are often majority minority districts or have substantial communities of color that are also working class. And they are represented often by people who have either made themselves very wealthy off their time in office and become multimillionaires. People like Sri Thanadar in Michigan 13 in Detroit, or people like Steve Cohen in Memphis, Tennessee, who's a quiet millionaire. And then you have folks like Jimmy Gomez and Adriano Espaillat, who have, bankrolled their campaigns off of AIPAC or crypto or the real estate lobby, while their same communities are being targeted, harassed, or attacked by those lobbies' donors. Los Angeles has become was one of the first kind of points where we saw ICE attack communities. That district is overwhelmingly an immigrant community. And you have Jimmy Gomez, who is funded by Republican donors, or like Jeff said, Espaillat is representing a district that's 2/3 renters, and his second largest donor base is the real estate lobby. He's even gotten ethics complaints from him and his chief of staff about the fact that he's given good contracts to his friends in the real estate lobby. And so I think,
okay, Bryce, I had like a flow to this video. It just got fucking stonewalled by these fucking hyper politics, Justice Democrats, fucking shit. Christ. Oh, God. I already want to skip. I want to skip to something. Where are they talking about the Mamdani shit? Can I just go to Kyle? You know what? I'm going to fucking Kyle, bro. Let's hear Kyle's fucking... Because, okay. It's just like the contrast of Alex saying, oh my God, Trump just destroyed him. And then Kyle saying, no, Mamdani just destroyed Trump. I think that's beautiful poetry for my thing. Right? Like Ed, I know your thing is inside baseball politics. That is not my thing. My shit is about, I'm trying to go at like humanity itself. And just to show how kind of ridiculous we look sometimes when we do things a certain way. So maybe I come back to that, but for now, I really do want to hear.
What's up, y'all? Hope everybody out there is having an awesome day. I have some incredible breaking news for you, and I actually have quite a bit of it, if I'm being honest. So right off the bat, good googly moogly, what the hell did I just watch? That's all I have to say. What was that? I got to be honest, I have mixed feelings about it. I sort of want to take a shower after watching that. I don't know how you guys feel, but that was weird. That was weird. So it is 100% without a doubt the case that Trump and Zohran just met, and Trump officially cucked himself to Zohran in front of the world. In front of the world. I mean, you had, oh my God, the clips that are coming out of this thing are hard to watch. So I don't know how Zohran did it. He charmed the shit out of Trump. And Trump, in the most humiliating fashion possible, played second fiddle, let Zohran take the lead.
Oh, he just finessed
Trump
him.
kept making himself look worse and worse while making Zohran look better and better. And Zohran didn't give an inch on any of the things that he said about Trump over the years. So
it's just, it's you could just smell the team playing style thing happening where it's like two different people witness one thing and just absolutely opposite, I guess, interpretations of what happened. And it's like, what the fuck? How are you guys that far in difference in regards to what you saw? Right? And I'm sure Kyle's audience would be like, oh, well, Alex is a liar. And I'm sure Alex's audience would say, well, Kyle's a liar. And I'm like, I don't know. I got nothing. All I know is Mamdani has said some wild shit about Trump. Said he's also a part of the massacring of innocent people. But I guess they had a really nice meeting, and that's all gone away now. I'm aware that Trump has said, oh, Mamdani, you know what? I'm going to endorse Cuomo, also a Democrat. I'm going to endorse him over Mamdani because communism is evil, and this guy's a communist. So I assume he had a really good talk. But for me personally, I see two fucking liars. Two liars. Is anyone real anymore? Does anyone talk for real to each other anymore? And that was my point to you, Ed. If we can't get past that, if that's acceptable, we're fucked. Regular people are fucked because we accept liars. So either Mamdani should come out and say, all right, guys, I was wrong. He didn't support the genocide, although we all know he did, right? We all saw that. Or Trump should come out and apologize. You know what? I'm sorry. I didn't, maybe all right, he's not a communist. He's a part of DSA, which is kind of socialist, but usually we call socialists communists. But his version's okay. Do you guys accept that? Maybe one of them should do that, because otherwise we're dealing with lies, and for some reason we're accepting it. But go ahead.
Well, I just think he's just adapting to the situation. I don't really read it as necessarily some kind of big, deep fake. I think he's just trying to adapt to the situation. I don't read it as a big lie.
Once again, Ed, let me go back to kindergarten again. You shouldn't tell lies, right? He's already is he breaking that rule already, or you already said he has broken that rule? How come that can't be a standard? How come it's lie? Whatever. It's kind of like with presidents when they blow people up. You're gonna have to accept that. It's I'm not accepting that ever.
Do you know about
why is that okay?
The Zohran thing?
What?
Do you know about the Zohran aunt thing? About the Zohran's aunt?
No, I don't.
Okay, so the thing is that at one point in the race, he said after 9/11, he was his aunt was scared to ride the train with her headscarf on, right?
Yeah.
But it turned out his aunt wasn't actually living inside the United States. She was actually in Tanzania. He was talking about his second removed, right? Cousin or something, right? Yeah, but she was older than him, so he just called her his aunt.
Oh, okay.
So I let it go. You know what I mean?
Is that really lying though? If he just oh, I recognize
older
her
relative, older woman relative. I mean,
that's
I guess that's not enough for me. You know what I mean? So
that's different though. That's him. I recognize her as my aunt. That's different.
Sometimes just help people kind of understand it, right? The thing is that you speak a different language or a different cultural understanding, and you just have to kind of adjust things to what they can understand.
No. Hold on. If he could redo it, I would hope his answer would be like, "Oh, she's this or that," but I call her my aunt because she's kind of like my aunt. I say that about my little cousin. I'm like, "Oh, she's like a niece," but I call her, she's technically my cousin, but I call her like my little niece. Right?
So I don't really understand where.
Why can't you do that?
Okay, for example, right? Like Zohran said, we still have differences. We have many differences, right? But we're still just trying to see how we can best serve New York City. I don't see why that's a big lie. I don't see why that's a huge problem.
Well,
right? He didn't say Trump's not a fascist, right? Trump said, "Oh, you can call me a fascist, right?" But,
dude, look at the scenario. Like, look at it. Once again,
okay,
this guy is handing the hitman ammo as he's mowing down children. That's what's happening in Gaza, by the way. That is what's happening over there. And you're telling me Mamdani forgot about that? Did he forget? Or, like, what happened? But yeah, now if he was like, listen, hold on. If
he's not actually right.
If Zohran was like, hey, man, listen, I could be cordial with someone, but let's be real. This guy has partook in mass murderings of other people. And Gaza's not by itself, by the way. There's other scenarios where that's happening. Is he afraid to, like, make you like, oh, like, we're getting some negotiation. I don't want to make you look bad in front of the cameras. Okay, fair enough, but you better be fucking scorching him behind closed doors. Scorch him enough to be assured, like, okay, you're going to change your ways, right? Or you realize you made a mistake.
His job is not to fight for Gaza. His job is to
oh my God, he's a fucking human. And you can't tell me that these guys don't go out here like trying to make themselves look like the good guy. You're the good guy while someone's fucking genociding someone else, and you're like, oh well, we got to work together and stuff. Come on.
His job is
sorry for using my standards on Zohran, but like it is what it is. That's why he's not fucking good enough. He should already quit already. Honestly, he should walk away right now. You and Trump can walk into the fucking sunset together. Quit, both of you.
I do not agree, but that's fine.
Okay, fair enough. But it's like, isn't that stupid to your face? Like a child would be like, why would you lie about it? Like, why you're insulting me right now?
No.
Hey, little Timmy, killing's bad. Right? And then they find out, well, I heard the president's killing a bunch of people. That's different killing. The kid would be like, excuse me? What? You just told me that's bad. But now it's okay. Got it. I'm sorry, bro. Yes, he's playing a social role. I get that. But guess what? He's a human first. And based on his human logic, hey, you're funding the massacring of other people. You literally massacre people yourself. That's a fucking problem. God. And it's like, hey, guys, hey, New Yorkers, if you don't like me talking like this, don't elect me then. Don't elect me then. Go rinse and repeat with your establishment guy. But guess what? I'm going to be so honest with you, you might stop liking me after a while. But it's going to be honest, though. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to trick you. I'm not going to support shit I don't support, actually. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be real with you. If you don't like someone being real with you, okay, don't vote for me then. Do something else.
Have you heard about the controversy about him not supporting Chiose running against Hakeem Jeffries?
Yes. I went over that. Yeah.
They're upset about that. But I also understand where Zohran's coming from with that.
So does Kyle.
Understanding. Oh, he does. I didn't know. Okay, interesting.
I was like, oh, no, I understand that one. I understand that. I'm like, but wait a minute. You just said, yo, why not tell the truth? That was Kyle's statement in that video. Why not tell the truth? And then he gets, well, in this other scenario, I understand why you're not being honest here. It's like, wait a minute. Excuse me?
Not being honest.
You flip-flopped within
how is he not being
minutes.
Honest about the Hakeem Jeffries thing?
Because, like, hey, Zohran, who's your actual choice? Who would you actually want to pick? If you believe in these policies, who would you actually want to pick? And we fucking know the answer, like, at least on paper, what he would say, right? If he was like quietly, off the record, behind closed doors,
No.
what would his actual answer be? It'd probably be something closer to his stated policies, right?
Okay, just so you know,
Yeah.
around DSA, I don't know if I've told you the story before, but I actually the Memphis DSA's life, co-chair of Memphis DSA's life was in danger, and I went to Queens DSA to get help, and only Zohran helped. So right, and the thing is that National DSA actually started to support Israel, and they lost a record amount of people, and Zohran stuck to his guns even when National DSA decided to go the other way.
Oh my God, National DSA! Holy Christ! Whoa!
I mean,
what a fucking
he's
hero!
held his,
Where's his medal at? Did he get a medal for that?
Well, I think that's one of the reasons why, right? But the thing is that you said that he should be pumping the people in his own organization, but the people in his own organization aren't always good. You know what I mean? Some of them have big problems. Some of them have sold out. So can he trust all the people in his organization? Like this guy Chio said.
Does he have a mouth and a voice? Pause. Can he go out and tell people? Yo, this guy's full of shit over here.
What, that
Yo, I think this guy's full of shit over here. Can he do that? He can't just do that? Wait, he can't go out and say, I think this guy's full of shit? He can't do that? What's stopping him?
No, I don't think he's done that before.
No, I'm saying, like, what's stopping him from doing that? Or even just pulling them aside quietly, man. I think you're full of shit. Can we, like, work this out, like, talk to each other? And let me find out. Like, if you're full of shit, just say it to me. Like, it is what it is. But I will tell other people that you're lying to your constituents. I will do that.
The thing is that, like,
why can't he do that?
Gang, right? Because he's like in a gang, right? And the thing is that he needs the group to help him on certain things.
Oh, got it.
And it's like an exchange.
To tell the truth, though, right? He needs to. Apparently, he doesn't need them for lying, right? Like, what does he need them for? What does he need them for?
He needs them for rallies. He needs them for ground-based power, for experience, for the networking. The thing is that when it's time for him to run for office, he has volunteers that are provided to him through DSA.
You know what that sounds like, Ed? It sounds like, hey guys, I'm running for Senate because you know what? I want to fight sending all this money to Israel because they're doing a genocide. I don't want that to happen anymore. So you know what I did? I took the help of the guy helping that genocide. He endorsed me. He has some political leverage within my campaign, right? Because he's the big powerful president. But I need his help.
They're both populists.
I need the perpetrator of the crime to help me stop the crime. Make it make sense, man.
Okay. He didn't run on freeing Palestine. He ran on affordability.
That was just an example, Ed. I don't mean that literally.
On buses and shit. You know what I mean? On free buses and grocery stores. He did not run on freeing Palestine.
Fair enough. I'm just going to call that human being a pussy and move on with my day. Let's hear from this other pussy named Kyle. Here we go.
Give a couple of examples.
There's nothing I can do.
Emily Jashinsky of Breaking Points asked Trump if Zohran is a jihadist because the Republican running for governor, Elise Stefanik, called Zohran a jihadist. And Trump basically laughed and he said, no, he's not a jihadist, this guy. He's not a jihadist. And then he said, you know, when you're campaigning, you say things sometimes. You say things. Basically admitting, like, oh yeah, I'm totally full of shit when I'm on the campaign trail. Every Republican is completely full of shit when they're on the campaign trail. We don't actually mean what we say. We don't mean it when we call you communist. We don't mean it when we call you socialist. We don't mean it when we call you terrorists and jihadists. Duh. We're just doing politics. That's all.
But Kyle, doesn't that work the other direction as well? And also, how do you know he's taking everything? How do you know if he's not taking everything back for the sake of, okay, Zohran bent the knee. He agreed. He'll do whatever the fuck I tell him to do. He bent the knee. So thankfully, now I can stop smearing him, essentially, is the idea. Right? How do we know that's not the case? It's like, you have to have some critical thinking here. Just a little bit. Just a tad bit. Instead of picking a team and dick riding whoever the fuck is on your team. It's embarrassing at this point. It really is. And once again,
I think they don't know.
Hold on. Kyle could be correct. Alex Jones could be correct about all of this. The point is that without real reason that I see, they are automatically picking teams and dick riding. Thus, they're already wrong. I don't care if their end result is correct according to the words they say. That means nothing to me. It's more about, like, why are you saying it right now? You're saying it right now because this is your job. You're on a team. You have to dick ride the team. To propel the team. No, it's not. It's no fucking pause.
Oh.
It is these guys' jobs to propel these people. Regardless of if they're correct or incorrect. Make them look good no matter what. Thus, you're already lying from the beginning. You're already disqualifying yourself. Holy Christ. And at best, it's pathological. Where both of these fools have knee-jerk reactions to support their teammates, their team members. That'd be pathological, wouldn't it? At best. At worst, they're full of shit liars trying to get you to support certain people. Using whatever scenario pops in front of their fucking face. Oh, yeah, that Trump shooting that baby in the face. Well, that kid was really bad. Future Hitler, let me tell you. Like, what the fuck? Like knee-jerk, almost instinctual now to defend a certain team. Instead of, like, stepping back and thinking about it, like, really thinking about it. To me, that's scary. That's the end of humanity itself. If everyone's doing that there is no human left. That is a bot. Literally a fucking bot. A programmed fucking machine. But, you know, maybe it feels good. Feels good to hear this stuff. Mamdani won. See, I feel better. Here we go.
Oh my God, it was so brilliant. Oh my God, I want to bathe in that. Because we're right about everything casually without even realizing it.
I don't also want like a bear to attack Kyle right now.
Trump was asked about Zohran calling him a fascist. And
it's a joke, folks.
And basically Trump was like, it's fine. It's okay. You can just say it. It's no problem. I was watching this like, what is going on here? I've been called worse. Trump was also asked about being called a despot, however you say it, by Zohran. And he said, I've been called worse than that. It's nothing. I've been called worse. Okay. Meanwhile, Zohran's standing there like, if you're just going to keep giving me W after W after W, I'll take it. Like, of course, I'll just sit here and fucking take it. No problem whatsoever.
Zohran stood there and flexed his pecs in the moonlight. Ooh.
By the way, Kyle hasn't uttered a fucking word about policy. He's talking about insults. Yeah, Zohran's winning. Look. At least Alex talked about policy. All right, so Trump's going to be all nice to him, and then later on he's going to screw him over and take away federal funding and screw over this communist. At the very least, there's some sort of political strategy to that. This thing is just like, he called them names, and Trump's like, no big deal. That's the win we're looking at? Let's see if Kyle gets the policy at all. Here we go.
That was super duper weird. My guess is, here's how it went down. Here was the dynamic, in my opinion. This is my guess. So Zohran reached out to Trump and said, I'd like to meet with you. And Trump, I think, was kind of flattered by that. And then he shows up to the White House. And from what I could tell, I really think that behind the scenes, he was as much of a politician as he is in front of the scenes. And sorry if you hear background noise. I think the neighbor's like sawing or something. But so I think behind the scenes, he was like, look, I care about affordability. I care about New York City. I want to lower the prices. If you want to help me lower the prices, I'm more than happy to have you help me do that. If you do something good, I'll give you credit. We can work together. We can figure this thing out. And, here are my ideas. I want to build more housing as well. I'm laser focused on affordability. And just basically was the same guy behind the scenes that he is in front of the scenes, in front of the cameras. And I think that just charmed the shit out of Trump. And the other thing about Trump, as we all know,
wow. I wish I could spin up fairy tales. Like, wow. I wish I could just, like, hey guys, hey, YellBro Discord, YellBro channel watchers, the audience. If I ever do anything that looks weird or sus to you or whatever, please, please, write a fucking fairy tale. Like, once again, Kyle could be correct. The point is, he's doing this for a reason. That's the scary part. It's not about whether he's correct or not. It's about, like, you're doing this because it's Mamdani, because he's on your team, or, at least you you want to believe he's on your team or whatever the fuck, right? Hey, join the YellBro church, join my team, join my cult, join up, and whatever I do, make me look good, no matter what. No matter what. No pause. No matter what.
Oh.
That's all I'm saying.
Oh.
If you ever get a video of me shooting a baby in the face, it's like, well, you know, his finger slipped. He didn't try to shoot the baby. His finger slipped and hit the trigger, and boom, the baby died. It was accident. Make sure you do that for me.
Oh.
Here we go.
Same guy behind the scenes that he is in front of the scenes, in front of the cameras, and I think that just charmed the shit out of Trump. Another thing about Trump, as we all know,
but
he's
Trump's
a sucker for a winner.
But Trump's the once again the mass murderer, right? The fascist, and a couple nice words. He's like, oh, you know what? Maybe Mom dies. Maybe I like some communism now. Maybe I like some communism. Here we go.
Behind the scenes that he is in front of the scenes, in front of the cameras, and I think that just charmed the shit out of Trump. And the other thing about Trump, as we all know, he's a sucker for a winner, and he's a sucker for a good-looking guy. How many times do we look at this guy, this big, strong, beautiful man, straight out of Central Casting? Look at this. I'll kiss all of you, even the men. I'll kiss all of you. These are all things that Trump has literally said. So I think Trump.
So, like, Kyle puts a lot of susness in his titles. You know, Joe Rogan giving sloppy toppy to Donald Trump or some shit like that, right? He has like some weird titles. And now he's just adding to it. It's like Trump likes good-looking guys, you know. And also Kyle is metrosexual as well. Maybe that's Crystal's fault. All right, here we go.
Kiss all of you, even the men. I'll kiss all of you. These are all things that Trump has literally said. So I think Trump's a bit of a star fucker. I think he's a bit of a sucker for a good-looking guy. I think he's a bit of a sucker for a winner. I think Zohran went in there basically with the mindset of, I'm just going to talk to him about affordability. I'm just going to be direct, talk about affordability, talk about trying to make New York better. I think Trump was also tickled by the fact that Zohran did these videos, these on-the-street videos when his campaign started, where he interviewed New Yorkers who voted for Trump and asked them why they voted for Trump. And they would say things like, oh, we think he's going to end the wars. We hope he ends the wars. And we think he's going to lower prices. We hope he lowers prices. And so Zohran, you know, expressed this to Trump, and Trump felt like, oh, really? You did that? You talked about me?
James, go fuck yourself.
Talk about me. And ultimately, I mean, it was, at the end of the day, it was humiliating for Trump. It absolutely was humiliating for Trump because, like I said, he kept bending the knee. He kept cucking himself. He kept giving more and more to Zohran. I think he's going to do a great job. He could be very special. This one, he could be very special. Basically undercutting every Republican argument against this guy that has ever been done. And meanwhile, Zohran didn't have to give an inch. Zohran was just standing there like,
yeah,
thank you. And then whenever he was asked a tough question, Zohran went into politician mode and fucking was able to, like, you know, split the difference, slot it aside, move on to whatever he wanted to talk about, which is affordability every single time. So, man, was that bizarre to watch. The only reason...
Yeah, he just maneuvered like a genius, like a fucking ninja, political ninja. Didn't you call this guy like a war criminal? Well, we're not here to talk about that. Is exactly what the fuck I just heard Mamdani doing. Which means what? I'm sorry, I see full of shit when I hear stuff like that. But don't worry. Watch. I'm staring at my own watch, my invisible watch. I'm like, okay. Start the countdown. Let's wait until people start complaining about... I mean, it would be both of them, essentially, right? But Mamdani's new, right? Let's see when people start complaining and start bringing up little stories, little corruptions here or there, and then boom, a giant corruption thing happens. And then Jordan says, I would say I told you so, but who was listening in the first place? Honestly. But, you know, I can't say I know that, though. It's just my guess. Because once we accept things like lying off rip, and once Mamdani can accept what he would call war criminals off rip, what do I do then? I mean, I'm sorry for having such predictions, but, like, if they're allowed to lie, if they're allowed to be chummy with fucking baby murderers, what? That means anything can go at that point. Until they say the wrong thing to you or
choice
about
do you
you.
have?
It's just sad, Joe. Like I mean, I guess we just think of ourselves so little that we accept bullshit like this, and don't realize that it will never change as long as you accept bullshit like this. It will never ever change. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the bar drops down a little bit lower. The fucking collective IQ of this country drops another 5 or 6 points, and we all get to feel good about ourselves for a couple minutes.
Yeah. These fools are still stuck on rhetoric, my man. They're stuck on rhetoric. Like, man, he said the right things out loud. They're stuck there. Like, what about, like, they're not even on to, like, okay, do the thing that you claimed that you were going to do. Have integrity towards the ideas that you said you would be that you support. Have integrity towards that. We're not even there yet. We're still stuck with say the right words out loud.
It takes balls to say the right thing in public, but it takes much bigger balls to do the right thing in public.
If you quote unquote say the right thing with no intention of doing the right thing, then it doesn't take balls to do. Like Trump did that, right? He'd say words out loud, but no intention of actually doing those things. Just said them because they sounded good, and would hopefully get him elected in his own mind, possibly.
He's been doing a bunch of the shit he said he would. It's just none of that is any good.
They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. Sit down. Shut up. You're gay.
Yeah. Well, some of the other ideas that people are like, oh my God, this is why we support Trump. He has not fulfilled what they thought was going to happen based on his words. Right? They got.
He's done the opposite.
Yeah, they've got shitted on for that. But you know, sit down. All right.
I've been saying this a lot lately, but I got to keep saying it. The moment this fucking AI bubble bursts, and believe me, sooner or later it will burst, we're looking at another Great Depression.
Possibly,
because all the activity going on right now with these AI companies is just the same handful. It's the same little club of motherfuckers shuffling about $1 trillion back and forth between each other. That's it.
Yeah.
Everything else is just smoke and mirrors.
We're gonna have a big boom in Gaza. AI everywhere.
All right, here's more Kyle. I don't know. I guess he's confused, but he sounds like happy confused. Like, oh my God, what's happening? It's so amazing. Here we go.
The reason I say it made me feel uncomfortable is because I'm not used to seeing a Democrat in a position like that. You know, like, I got to be honest, if I was Zohran, I wouldn't have even fucking done that meeting. And if you watch Crystal, Kyle, and Friends this week, we talked about it before the meeting happened. And I said the same thing. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Don't even bother. Don't even bother doing this. So I wouldn't have taken the meeting. But clearly he had a little something up his sleeve that was more impressive than what I had thought. But the other thing is, remember, guys.
Well, you're not a real one, Kyle. I would have 100% taken the meeting. But let's be honest, Trump wouldn't have offered a meeting to me.
Okay, this guy's for real. Leave him alone.
He would be trying to kick our asses out of the country if we were in Zohran's position.
Listen, Trump would run for his life. He'd run for his life.
Stay away from him. Leave him alone. Don't talk to him. Move away. Go away.
On an interpersonal level, yeah, he would be running away from you at 1,000 miles an hour.
He would be out of there. Okay, this guy's not the one. Leave him alone. Let's bring up some other guy. Like, call them a communist and move on. Can't do that with me. Run for your fucking life. That sounds narcissistic, but I think it's true.
And the far left radical communist YellBro Discord server. They're gay. I will not give them a question. I will not give them a meeting.
I'd shit all over this guy. Like, I don't give a fuck. I'll go on ABC News like, yeah, the guy's a fucking dweeb.
See?
I'd mock him and then talk about his
gay.
I'd talk about his policy and I'd shit talk him, and he's going nowhere. He's gonna run for his fucking life, for his political life.
Oh no, I look bad.
All right, here we go.
He's gonna run back to bed with Satan.
And while I'm at it, I'm going to steal the groypers from Nick Fuentes, too. I'm stealing everyone's fans. I'm stealing everyone's fans, bro.
Oh, shit.
Everyone.
Jordan's going poaching.
That's right. But it wouldn't be on purpose, because that's bullshit. That's inauthentic, right? That's marketing. I don't need that shit. I would naturally sweep up their shit. For fun. All right, here we go.
Than what I had thought. But the other thing is, remember, guys, this is not going to last. There is no way this is going to... Trump at some point is going to turn on Zohran, because Zohran's going to have to tell the truth about some bullshit Trump's doing. So it won't last, but for the moment, it was a massive win for Zohran. Trump even entertained the question that maybe Zohran is the future of the Democratic Party, even though he, literally cannot run for president because he was born in Uganda. But very weird press conference. I highly recommend you go watch the whole thing. My favorite part is that you'd have these right-wing journalists who were basically trying to undermine Zohran and try to make Zohran look like an asshole. And they were like, Jack Posobiec was in the White House, which is fucking disgraceful. You need to wash that bitch down with Clorox now that he was even in there. But Jack Posobiec was asking, what did he ask him? He said something like, Mr. Mamdani, you said you want to raise taxes, but only on white people. And is that still your policy? He asked some dumb shit like that. Zohran was like, I never said that, and that's not what I believe. I believe we should raise taxes on the rich, and the rich happen to be disproportionately white neighborhoods, but that's the policy. You know that policy that polls are like 60% fucking favorability, 70% favorability? That's what I want to do. And Jack Posobiec's trying to play gotcha. A lot of them tried to play gotcha, and it just didn't fucking work. Number one, because Zohran was easily able to jujitsu that bitch out the room. And then number two, because Trump was there to back up Zohran every time and be like, this guy really is great, isn't he? He really is.
Jack Posobiec,
handsome man.
Difficult.
He's a very handsome man. Definitely not a jihadist. I think he's going to make New York City great again. It was incredible. It was wild to watch. Okay. So, got a lot of other stuff to talk to you guys about, though.
Okay. I assume Kyle's done with that. Okay. All right. Now, should I go back to the other stuff? And I'm going to ask Ed this question. Ed, should I go back to the other stuff? If you want to talk about it or no? I just wanted to keep that contrast next to each other. Alex Jones, Kyle Kulinski, both dick licks, professional dick licks. I just want them next to each other, so people can see that. But I don't mind going into just a little internal New York City thing. Are you there, Ed, or no? Going once. Going twice. Sold!
Bueller.
Yo, hold up. Yeah, I gotta figure out some new settings. I'm gonna share my screen and show you some things. You ready? Okay, give me a second.
You want me to show that in the video?
You can if you want. Yeah, sure, why not?
Because I have to fuck with some settings too if I want to do that. Okay. Oh, no, I don't. No, you're good. You want to show your screen?
Okay, let me see if I can find this application. Give me a second.
No, you're good.
Okay, okay. You guys can see my screen now?
Yep.
All right. So this is SBOT. Remember they said this is the person who's running.
Hold on. Let me get to your screen for... Didn't even, notify me, really, that was okay. Okay. You're good. You're
good. So this is the lady that's actually, you saw them talking about today, Daryl Lisa from New York.
Daria?
And you can see that Daryl Lisa, she's actually with the Justice Democrats.
Okay.
She's like a resurrection of their brand. Remember we saw her earlier?
Yeah.
Right? And then they were like, oh. So the thing is that you can see that I emailed her this morning, right? And saying F420, right? And then I said, I wanted to interview her about her candidacy. Are you available for interview, right? And she did not respond. I don't think she will respond.
Yeah.
Here you can see that she's running against SBOT. And you can see in the general election, there's a lot of people running. Okay? You can see once again, she's listed as someone who's running, but she never submitted a photo in Ballotpedia, even though all these other candidates have, except for Megan Rodriguez, right?
Okay.
And you could see that just Theo. I don't know if you've ever seen this guy. You've seen him in my work, Theo.
I've seen him in your videos and mentioned in your videos.
Yeah, exactly. He's been doing this for several years in a row. Also, James Felton Keith also has run several times. If I go over here, you can see that he has a history of running, right? He ran against for U.S. House. He ran in a general election. He ran in a primary. Yeah. He's at least run before, right? This lady over here has no history of running for anything. Daryaliza Chevalier, right? Yeah.
Okay.
This
I get
Justice
where you're going
Democrats
with
could
this.
choose any candidate.
Yeah.
But instead of choosing the more experienced candidates who are more potential, right? They choose this person who looks good, who has no experience, no qualifications whatsoever, and they're making this person to be somebody, versus these other people get no press. You get what I'm saying?
Now,
it's fake as hell.
Now let's be thorough about this.
Go ahead.
Does these other guys that are more veterans towards running races and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Are their policies in line with, I guess this like DSA or Justice Democrat person, right?
Okay.
Daryaliza.
So
are they similar? Are they the same? What do you
here's
got
something
on that?
interesting. So Theo Chino over here, right? Let me see. Actually, he's in a picture shaking hands with the former leader of the Palestinian Authority, right? So the thing is that and this was pretty recent. This was like about a year ago. I also posted this on my own. So the thing is that while Daralizia can wear a keffiyeh, right? Yeah, to show she's down with the cause. Theo's actually shaking hands with the former leader of Palestine. Do you get what I'm saying? So where's
now, to be fair, they might view that as too much, right? Versus, there's one thing to be against the genocide going on over there, right? But then it's a different. Hold on, it could be different if they view that leader as like, okay, this guy's like an extremist or he's too much, right? Which can happen, or it's politically like this will be hurtful politically. That's why I'm asking. Like, okay, hold on, let me ask you again. Is there like a major like something that the Theo Chino guy's doing that's just like would not be liked by these guys, like just so disparate from what they're doing? Is that?
It is by these guys, but I think it's a different these guys than you're thinking about. You're probably thinking about like establishment people that are like probably pro-Israel and all this other
No. I meant like the DSA Justice Democrats style candidate. I'm asking if this Theo Chino guy has something that's just like absolutely disparate from them, so that we can actually be scientific about this. Okay, where are the differences? Right? But you can keep going about the Gaza stuff, God, if you want to.
A lot of well, Theo's not perfect. I do like Theo though, but the thing is that a lot of times, and I can't necessarily blame DSA for this. It's true in all the groups. But the thing is that once anything becomes successful, you get a lot of people who join the organization because they want to use that power for themselves. And there's a lot of careerists inside of DSA who want to use it for their own purposes.
I can believe that.
Before we talked about Chiosei and him supporting other DSA candidates. When has DSA candidates really supported him, right? Remember, he was like one of the only ones that really kind of like held it true, while other ones sold out and did all kinds of other shenanigans. So out of the group, he's kind of like one of the best ones. But once again, Theo, right? He's part of something called SDA, which is Socialist Democrats of America. And there's actually there's a lot of theoretical fighting going on within the left. But he's actually part of international organizations of socialists. But once again, the socialists have a lot of infighting, right? You have your Trotskyists, you got your Marxist Leninists, then you have a lot of people just want to be king of their fiefdom. So the thing is that, and they do also discriminate against, which is funny to say, Asian Americans, but it's funny that what's his name? That Zohran Mamdani is an Asian American, should get to the top ranks, because usually in DSA this doesn't happen. And that was creating mad havoc for them. But there's other things going on with Asian Americans are being used by other groups, particularly. Let me show you this other. I don't know if it's. Do you see the ethnic origins of New York City? Are you looking at this other screen right here? I just changed my tab.
Yeah,
tab. Do you see that?
Yeah,
we can see it.
So you can see that over here, the largest minority group is the African Americans, about 1.2 million. The Jews are about 1 million. The Dominicans are 560, and they're larger than the Puerto Ricans over here. You can see that the Dominican and the Chinese are similar in number. And if they should gang up together, they would be able to outpace the other groups. Do you see what I mean? So the thing is that the Dominicans and the Asian Americans are trying to. I'm trying to work out some stuff with them right now. You know what I mean? I'm working with several Dominicans, and you'll see them cross over my work, such as Christopher Leon Johnson, Edwin De La Cruz. There's a lot of Dominicans that I actually ending up bumping into to try to make but there's also not good history between Dominicans and Haitians. I don't know if you know about that. And some kind of super racist history. So there's another layer of things going on within this community.
Okay.
So going back to Espaillat's kind of like the leader of the Dominicans. And if I scroll down here, you can see that he won against Keith Wright over here in a former race. Or Michael Hanno. I don't know if you'll also see him in my work. So these are people that I'm actually interfacing with. He won against this is who he's running against now. Okay, William Vargas, but in the primary.
Okay.
For him to beat Keith Wright, that's fucking huge. Okay, this Keith Wright is the leader of the New York City Democrats. So for him to beat, that means Espaillat has, but Espaillat Keith Wright right here. You see over here, right? It was very, very close. You see this?
Yeah.
But the thing is that just so you know, Espaillat constantly gets fucking dinged up. Let me check here. So if I type in Espaillat, Espaillat, and then I say county committee, and who's the other guy? Harvey Epstein. I wonder if it'll still come up. Harvey Epstein guns for Democratic Party. Yeah, he loses the bid for county committee, and then it says Espaillat who inside. Okay, Espaillat loses. He lost just by 8 votes. You can see my man Theochino in the background, who also ran in this race right here. So my people is directly interfacing with these people. Once again, this lady Julia, whoever she is, right? She's nowhere to be found. This Darazilia, right? Yeah, she's being injected by money to play a placeholder in this thing so that you guys talk about her instead of the actual people that's going on. You can see a longtime county leader Keith Wright. Once again, he's a real person in this particular space. He's a big problem and a huge issue. This is Keith Wright right here. He's a superpower player in the scene. And where's the complaints about the over 20 elected members complained of the Espaillat, a sitting House of Representatives member, of being engaged in funny business on this particular thing here. Where is it? Where is the this Espaillat? Okay. Vice Prime with the centrist boss of the manipulative machine. He's the boss of the political machine too, just so you know, right? Yeah, remember he was able to beat Keith Wright in the primary. See, this is all newsworthy shit right here. Okay. There was a controversy about him throwing the votes. Voter suppression probe here. Yeah, okay. Nearly 24 politicos, that's about 20 politicos representing Washington Heights, signed a complaint saying that asking for investigation to alleged voter suppression from Adriana Espaillat and 3 other district leaders. They are accusing, right? These are elected officials, accuse the sitting House of Representative members of rigging the county chair committee election in favor of Epstein earlier this month. And remember, county committee selects the judges, and also so when what's his name, that guy Arthur Jones, whatever, is saying like, oh, Trump's winning. What is he winning right now? The fact of the matter is that he just lost. They talk about New York, but the loss in New Jersey is much more devastating because the governor, right,
Alex Jones?
has. Yeah, Alex Jones, whatever his name is. Yeah, the thing, right? These people are distractions. They're not talking about the things that are relevant. They're sucking you into a fake world of bullshit. Anyways, Trump has more to lose from Jersey, right? Yeah, and from the other swing states, and he's losing a lot of gas because the thing is that, remember, the loyalty within his party is because the candidates are counting on Trump to give them the endorsement and to help them win their races. But if his endorsement is no longer powerful because people don't believe in Trump anymore, then the midterms is going to get fucked up, and he's in for his last 2 years of running in office. He's had a legendary run, but the fact of the matter is, like, I know, like, you know, you don't approve of some things that he did, and I think that that's for good reason. But once again, he's had a legendary run. There's 2 years left, and he's probably just going to coast to the end. And then after that, there's going to be a whole new batch of people that are looking to take power. So those things are getting set up right now. There's billions at stake, and actually Trump is playing nice, but he's actually losing on so many fronts, right? The Epstein files coming out, the midterms looking bad. He lost these other races, but the press is turning into a horse race between Mamdani versus Trump.
General is also just fucking miserable right now.
Yeah, there's a lot more other things that could be going on, but instead
thankfully,
fake fight.
While a lot of people might not know the particulars, they are smart enough to know that Trump is like shaking his fucking dick in front of their faces and laughing at them.
Well, yeah. Well, he's a celebrity, so that's what celebrities do.
Yep.
Oh man. Now that is interesting information, and I do get your point of like the table's being set for potential power vacuums. Essentially, is what you're saying, basically, right?
Yeah, you can see it. You can see it happening. You can see it developing in real time, and they're jockeying for that power. And also, remember that within politics, right? They're all minorities, and the only way minorities can win in a democracy is through coalition. They must form coalitions in order to get what they want done, unless they have judge power. And they're already shoveling in. They don't talk about how judges are selected, because the thing is that they know that that's so powerful that either Trump's trying to control the Supreme Court justices, or at the county and state committee level, we're controlling who the judges are. You know what I mean? That's not for the general public to get to touch that stuff. Instead, we have you vote on these little state assembly members, right? Which Zohran was one of them, which can be controlled by party leadership. So the political world, once again, other things have to come into play, and the federal government can only do so much. So once again, the city's relying on a lot of federal funding. Remember, New York City is the largest market in the nation with 8.5, and gets a lot of federal money from HUD and other places like that, which Trump is in charge of. Trump can fuck Zohran hard, and if Zohran wants his things to survive, I think he's playing it right. So I know you want him to confront him on these other things, but if he wants to do right by New York, and he has to decide if he wants to sacrifice New York for Palestine, which I'm sure he has some ideological.
It's not about Palestine. It's about you can't compromise a fucking inch to corrupt motherfuckers. That is my point. And
who isn't corrupt?
Well, here's the thing, Ed. If Zohran continues that same thing that you're saying is the case, why? Like, we know what the real problem is, right? It's liars.
He's got to deal with the corruption in his own party. But the fact of the matter is, he can't shoot his own party in the face because he's relying on them as his team to help carry him when he's under assault from other teams.
And how does it stop?
Because
how does it go away? Or is it just here forever? We just accept it as here. Like, we'll always be lying. We will always be corrupt. It is what it is. Like, you have to accept it at that point, right?
That's a good question. So, YellBro, let's suppose that you and me have a boxing match coming up, right? Just like Jake Paul or whatever, right? Yeah. And everybody can see that I'm taking performance-enhancing drugs and shit like that. You know what I mean? Just like Jake Paul.
Yeah.
But the fight, right? If you drop out of the fight, I'll just fight someone else and make money. You know what I mean? So you are really, you can't clean up the game, even though everybody, the whole world sees me using performance-enhancing drugs. You know what I mean? I'm putting.
We're already doing incrementalism, aren't we? We're already doing
putting your life in danger.
Hold on, we're already doing incrementalism, aren't we? We're already doing that.
We need society to step up. We need society to say,
and how does that happen?
By people start paying attention to their own lives and stop living through these avatars and start trusting the people that be with them and not the ones that they give them.
That's not good enough either, because you just said those guys could be lying too.
Listen, I'm not perfect. No one can be perfect, but in the end, we need to have balance. It's not about being perfect. It's about being balanced.
Oh, but lying's not about, you're not perfect if you don't lie. It's not about perfection. That's a simple task for a kindergarten could fucking handle.
No, there is always lying. You cannot escape this.
Oh my
people
fucking
lie
God.
To themselves all the time.
You're wrong, Ed. I'm sorry, you're wrong about that. You can't escape that. You can decide one day, like, all right, you know what? I'm done lying. You could do that any day you fucking want to.
Some things you just don't say.
That's different than lying. different.
Same thing.
No, it's not.
Withholding information is lying.
Oh my
It's
God,
presenting things
Ed! If I'm
not
wearing
as they are.
a speedo, do I need to fucking tell you about that?
You can never. Okay, let's suppose that
I don't need to tell you about that, do I?
Okay, let's suppose that you're a baseball player, right? Yeah, and you're a pitcher, and you have a special secret that makes your pitches like the shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're gonna give that away?
That's called privacy. That's different than. It's different than, hey man, if I went out of my way and told people like, hey, this is what my pitch is, even though I'm making it up, I'm lying. See how that's different than like I'm not going to tell you. Hey, what's your mom's middle name? I'm not telling you that. Sorry.
That's
Bye.
withholding the truth. You're withholding the
No,
truth.
it's not the same as lying. It's not the same. And it's very much contextual, by the way. I don't need people to know if I'm wearing a fucking Speedo or not, Ed. Right? But if I'm like running for office, I think people should know what I think about this situation or that situation. Honestly. Because that's the context of what you're doing. You're a fucking politician that has a claim over policy, either in a city or even on the wider scale, which Zohran does have, right? He has, once again, he's the mayor of New York, but guess what? He is now famous as a politician. So guess what? Maybe he should have some thoughts on things outside of New York. If he lies about it for the sake of like
he can
federal funding from Trump, then what's the point of him then? There's no point to him then.
Okay, for example, right? Let's take a look at what the federal government takes care of our post office, but the city government takes care of schools and also the police. And the NYPD has a lot of contracts with Israel, and Mamdani could cut those things off. So I think he's going to do it too. So what can Trump do about it, right? In the end, Trump could pressure, but in the end, Mamdani will have that freedom. So hopefully that does go off, and we're about to find out. We'll see though.
I love the idea of someone standing above the game and not playing it. I stand above it. If you're not on that level, get the fuck quit. If he's gonna do what you're saying he should be doing, he should fucking quit right now. Walk away.
He asked for the meeting. He got what he wanted. He asked for a meeting. I would ask for the meeting too.
I would as well.
And then what would you do at that meeting?
Sometimes the answers are too dark for the user. Shout out to Jay-Z for that line.
Listen, I'm sure he thought about it, right? I mean, who wouldn't, right? But the thing is that he has other things he could get done, and I think he made the right move.
Hey, man. Hey, Mr. President. Maybe you don't know this, but like, there's massacring children over there. What do you think about that? Are you okay with that? Give me your answers.
Okay with it.
Give me your answers so I know whether or not I can run with you or not. That's what I would do. I'd grill the shit out of him.
Okay, listen. Jesus met with other killers and stuff like that, right? Like that's Jesus Christ. So
I'm not Jesus. I'm Jordan. Nice to meet you.
He's just a role model. That's all, right? Like
he's the hero archetype. That's why I like the Jesus character. He's a hero archetype. But if I'm sitting down with Trump, I'm like, hey man, I'm gonna ask you some questions here. If I get a whiff of fucking bullshit, I'll let everyone know about that. But you have an opportunity like, hey man, I think the way you're doing things can go really bad for your own conscience. For you.
I think
your own conscience.
I think this is obvious.
Now, do you care about your conscience, or is that like a make-believe thing to you? Like, what do you think about that? I'd ask him like tough questions like that to get to the point. Like, okay, you're full of shit. Got it. All right, guys. Yeah, this guy's full of shit, in my opinion.
I think when Trump
I'll talk to anyone. He can always hang out. He can come to New York and hang out with me.
Did it right.
What?
Trump is in trouble. Trump is in trouble, and he's being nice because he's in trouble.
No, that was Kyle's point of view.
Oh, well, I agree with that.
Alex's point of view was he's secretly tricking Zohran Mamdani, and he's going to fuck him over later.
I think that's also, both can be true at the same time.
Once again, I said this already, Ed, like they could both be correct, but what are they doing when they're actually saying it in real time? What are they trying to do? It looks like team playing to me. It doesn't look like it's actually from an actual assessment. It looks like it's from I love Zohran or I love Trump. So thus I argue from those point of views, which is what? Bullshit. Bullshit. That's what that is. It's bullshit. And that shit has to go. Otherwise, shit ain't changing. No way, no how. It is what it is. Shit ain't going anywhere if we just continuously, like, yeah, well, you gotta lie to play the game. You gotta lie. If we accept that, we're fucking, we might as well give up now. We might as well be done with, because guess what? Little lies from this guy, big lies from another guy, and boom, the same old cycle of things over and over and over again. We just end up fighting the same enemy. Not people enemies, but like idea enemies over and over and over, and things are just not up to you. Do we actually think that Afghanistan was a fucking mistake? No, we were there for 20 years for a fucking reason. Now we don't need to be there as much. You see that? Now people probably thought they won. Hold on. People probably thought they won. Like, yeah, we got them out of. We raised our voices so loud they had to leave Afghanistan. Meanwhile, it's like, you sure about that? You sure it wasn't a 20-year plan, or where it's like a, we're here for as long as we want to be, then we'll leave. You sure it wasn't? You sure they just weren't done? Versus like your voice making something happen. Oh, guess what? We'll never know if we accept fucking liars, right?
Wait a minute.
How are we ever going to find out what the case is? They don't show us the documents. They don't show us why they did what they did. They don't tell us about it. They just fucking do things. And we're out here guessing about it.
An electoral system, right? You can go and demand that they do what you ask. But this is not a reasonable request. You have to learn how to do the stuff yourself. You cannot rely on them to do things for you. They're going to do what's in their own interest. This is not their responsibility.
I'm only holding them to their own standard. That's all I'm doing. You say this is the case, right? If Zoran's like, hey, this is a war crime, and if Netanyahu shows up, I'm going to arrest him, right? That was an idea that was thrown out there, right? Wasn't that an idea about Netanyahu? Now, in regards to that same crime, where's Trump at in that crime? Where's he at in that crime?
Trump wants to not have Netanyahu arrested.
Hey, no. Forget about Netanyahu.
He says that.
What is Trump's role in regards to that crime? That's a question to you, Ed.
Okay, so the thing is that
hold on.
Trump
if Netanyahu's a criminal, is Trump a criminal? Go ahead.
Depends on which jurisdiction.
Come on, son. Come on. Right? Come on, yo. If Netanyahu's guilty of that crime, guess who's also guilty? Trump and Biden as presidents, right? Commander-in-chief. They control the military. They sign off on weapons going over there, of Israel purchasing weapons, business deals. It's like, well, once again, if Netanyahu's a criminal, that makes Trump a criminal. And Biden. Meaning if either one of those guys set foot in fucking New York, according to Zohran Mamdani's logic, right, of things, unless he's lying, right? But according to his logic, those guys got to go too. Because you're handing the hitman weapons and ammo, right?
He's agreeing with it to serve the international law, which is, there is the international war now for the rest of Netanyahu. This is true.
Okay. And there's not one for Trump. But according to, once again, he's a human, right? So he's not.
There probably is one.
He's not a robot, right? Following laws. He's not a robot, right? He's a person. As a person, logically, is Trump culpable, along with Netanyahu and Biden, in regards to leaders perpetrating a fucking genocide? You bet your ass they are. Now, if Zoran can't figure that out, he's either an idiot or he's full of shit. There's no way around it to me.
When did Zoran say that he's not guilty of genocide? When did he say that?
When did Zoran not say Trump in regards to Trump?
Zoran never said that Trump and Netanyahu were not guilty of genocide. He never said that.
Okay, but he's going to follow international law, right? The criminal court stuff. Mm-hmm. But who's handing the fucking genocider weapons and money? So based on that simple logic, unless Zoran's a fucking idiot, he should follow through with his own principles, with his own stated principles. Or are those just nice things to say out loud to get yourself elected as mayor of New York?
Listen, there's a lot more than genocide going on over there. I mean, there is genocide going on over there, but there's a lot more. So to just say that is a gross simplification. So I would not really.
Oh, there's a lot more going on in there. I agree.
I would not base. Yeah, I would not base decisions off of just that fact. I would. Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm getting a sense of it is that you're dancing around what I'm saying here. So, okay, we'll just go with Zohran. Be selective. Be, lie on one hand. Be honest on another hand. Just be a kind of a fuckboy. Honestly, yeah, go be a fuckboy.
I'm not trying to. Right. The fact of the matter is that lying is a lot of times people. Sometimes there will be like a vote will be coming up, and right, you'll have certain. He'll want someone will want him to co-sign on another bill. So he'll make a deal, right? He'll say, oh, you know what? I will sign on this bill, but you sign on this bill for me, right? Yeah. And there'll be exchanges going on. And sometimes people will be getting in the way or they won't necessarily talk to other particular parties because they don't want them getting in the way. So there's, in this kind of like a deal type environment,
they better hope
you
I
gotta
get nowhere
like
near it.
signatures and stuff like that.
They better hope I get nowhere near that place. They better fucking pray for all their life. I get nowhere near there.
It's a different game.
They'd have to kill me, Ed. They'd have to kill me. There is no way around it.
Have you ever been in a legislative body? Have you ever
Nope.
I'm not making excuses for it, right? It's not, but there's different things about it that because of the way that it works.
You're saying you gotta play ball.
Not necessarily play ball, but the thing is that, it's all about getting people to agree with you and sign on certain things. And some people just don't have to know certain things. And it's not necessarily it's about information and,
not the
getting
problem
them
in the first place.
Things.
What if he does all this stuff and gets fucking played, but he kept it secret the whole time because you gotta do this. You gotta keep it secret, these things. But he ends up getting played. What happens then? Are we like, does he get on camera and say, oops, my bad? What does he do? There's a way to outflank these little political strategist motherfuckers. There's a way to outflank them. It's called, because once again, kindergarten level. If they can't even be honest, you already outflanked them. No strategy needed. No, I'm just being honest. This guy, I think he's a little weird, or this guy's full of shit. Or, you know what? I'm not even going to tell you about it. I'm going to tell that person to their face. I'm not going to fucking put this on camera in front of anyone. I'm going to let them know what I think about them.
Look at Floyd Mayweather. Look at Floyd Mayweather. Not a particularly outstanding character personality, right? But when it comes time to getting the points in the ring, he gets the job done. The fact of the matter is that there's a different. You're not wrong as in terms of liking integrity and all that, but there's a different game to going on as in terms of making things happen in the political world, and these things are not always the same. So. You're not wrong with what you're saying. I admire your integrity approach, but the actual game of politics itself doesn't care. There's certain rules, and if certain things happen, you win. That's it.
Okay. Let's also take Floyd Mayweather. If he gets in a ring and he falters in integrity to what he knows, as far as what he is as a boxer, if he gets faulty with his own integrity towards that, he gets knocked the fuck out. Knocked out.
Correct.
So he has to have integrity towards his own idea of things, of how to box.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm just flipping your metaphor.
Sometimes that includes, and sometimes that includes, right, going into the room and lying. So doing a feint, or not giving all the information. You're in a fight, right? So
Stop it. Not the same thing. Stop it.
Okay.
Not the same thing at all. I was with your metaphor until you went there. That's too much. Right? A feint in boxing. Come on. It's not the same as a politician lying about policy or whatever. Right? There's no need for it. And honestly, once again, for the sake of winning, maybe there's a quote unquote need for it. But for the idea of things actually getting better, actually improving, there is no need for it. Zero need for it. And if people are like, you know what? I'm ready to fall for this other lie that's lying about Zohran, right? Let's say Zohran maintains his integrity, is blatantly honest, he keeps it real, he's being fully honest with everyone. And someone comes along and starts lying and hold on. Someone comes along comes along and starts lying, and then that guy wins the next election, and Mamdani's out. That means we have bigger problems. People are falling for liars.
So why are you, right? If you really want, let's suppose your issue is stopping genocide or whatever, right? Remember that is not necessarily the goal of these candidates or these elected officials. So why don't you go to an activist who's fighting war, right, or fighting genocide, but instead you're spending your time going to these politicians? Why would you do that when
who am I going to
this
as
is
a
not your main
politician?
goal?
Please go ahead.
Mamdani or
This one's
Trump.
gonna
It's
fail
more
badly.
Trump's realm, right? Because
This
he's
argument's
on
gonna fail
federal,
badly, Ed. Just so you
controls
know.
military. But Mamdani, he's just the mayor of New York City. Like, there will be some place where he touches Israel, right? Like with their contract with New York City Police Department.
Nothing will get done without a mass of people doing it, right? You agree with that, right? As far as like the actual thing that we've been experiencing for years, our entire lives, these governmental apparatuses. Forget about government, just corruption in general. Let's say that's my main enemy, right? That requires people to not engage in corruption, correct?
How corrupt is the anti-war movement and the Asian American movement in New York City? It's incredibly corrupt. Remember talking about Grace May? Who's the highest ranking Asian American official in all of New York City, in all of New York State?
You said this Grace May chick, right?
Grace May,
but I don't know.
Chair of the DNC. Her contributions from IPAC are more than the next 40 contributions combined, and she receives no outstanding money from any Asian American organizations. But there's just such ignorance about like what happens to.
But Ed,
yeah,
you just said once again, forget about Grace May. You just said the lying it's okay for strategical reasons. I'm saying it's not okay ever. I'm saying it's not good ever. So yes, I'm standing in front of you, or not directly, obviously not literally in front of you, but I'm talking to you, and I'm combating that idea. What's wrong with that?
Well, see, we had a difference because
that's what I'm combating. Those are the things I'm combating. And I use these figures. Hold on, I use these figures and characters on screen to do that. Yeah. That's what I use. That I'll watch Kyle. I'll watch Alex Jones. I'll watch random people. I'll listen to you in your presentation right here. I'll look at all that and I'll say, yeah, lying's not okay. Still. And I'll have an argument behind it. And I'll juxtapose things next to each other. Like, hey, see where lying gets you? Or do you see how this person's lying? Because I can't imagine a person that wants to be lied to. I can't imagine that. That'd be like pathological, I would think. I want to be lied to.
Sometimes people lie just
crazy.
They just can't explain the whole entire process that they need to.
There's people lying, but then there's people like, hey man, lie to me for a living.
With a short version,
that, right?
Or a gross simplification. Okay. Remember I talked about what is math? And I talked about how it's all just modeling, right? But remember, no model is true to the original framework. And even our language and even our own eyes lie to us all the time. We have a blind spot in our brains.
That's
fill in part of the image.
That's not lying, dude. You know what I mean by lying, or no?
There's a lot of definitions of lying. Different definitions of lying.
It's me looking at your shirt, knowing it's red, but saying, no, Ed was wearing blue on Tuesday. I know, I'm like, my own perception, my own idea of what the color red is. I see that on, like, that's your color of your shirt.
That's your
but I lie. I lie.
I
lie instead. See how that's avoidable? You can actually avoid doing that. Right?
Okay.
It's avoidable. It's preventable. You don't have to do that.
Okay, wait a second. Okay. Have you ever given lie detection tests or things like that?
Given no. Or taken.
The idea of a lie detector test, right, is not just to detect also just straight up lies like you're telling me, but also to detect any attempt to misdirect or any attempt to conceal information, right? And that can be done by not answering. That can be done by, right, all these things are tells. So if someone, right, if you're trying to interrogate someone and you want them to say where something is and they keep not answering when you talk about one part of the room, then that's like telling you that something's in that part of the room. You know what I mean? So everything is giving information all the time.
That's
and any
Not the point where I'm going. That's not the point where I'm going.
Well, you have a different definition of what is to lie.
Okay, fair enough. By my own definition, it's different.
Which is fine, right? There's nothing. I'm not saying it's wrong. It's a wrong definition, right? It's a perfectly fine definition, but it's not true in all cases.
If Bob comes to me and says, "Jordan, this is between me and you. Don't tell anyone about this," and someone hooks me up to a lie detector machine, and my body flinches because they asked me about something that Bob said. That's not me. Like, sorry, I'm still like, yeah, still not going to tell you. I don't give a fuck what your meter fucking says. You're still not going to hear it.
Sometimes your own mind lies to you. There's a lot of studies that show that when people are in a lineup, and if they have the word guilty or something like that, or an arrow pointing at them, that people will naturally, statistically show that these people are guilty, and they will remember things in their mind differently.
Well,
mentalism has a lot of tricks like
thankfully, I'm Jordan. Thankfully for that. I don't have to worry about shit like that. Maybe other people should do the work, do that psychological work to where that can't be a thing for them.
Maybe you should realize, I think you're best when you realize your own limitations and when you really learn to work with that.
But it can't be based on your limitations, right? It has to be based on me actually observing myself.
Yes, I can. Okay. My limitations will not be your limitations, but maybe you're not as perfect as you think is possible.
Well, I'm not saying perfect. I'm saying I can go through life without just lying to people. By my definition of lying.
Hopefully, yes.
No, it's not hopefully. It is the case. It is the case.
Okay.
There's no hopeful about it. It's something you do, not something you sit back like, I wonder if this happens today. Like, no, it's an actual action.
I admire your conviction.
Jordan,
fair enough.
If you tell Ed that 2 + 2 = 5, I'll give you $10.
Add some digits to that.
100.
Ed.
1,000.
So you didn't give me any quieted circumstances, so I'm going to say, Ed, 2 + 2 does not equal 5, but I'm going to tell you that 2 + 2 = 5 because Joe told me to say that 2 + 2 = 5. Thus, I didn't lie. I win. Where's my $100?
Sometimes 2 + 2 does equal 5.
It's in the mail.
I could do that too, but that wouldn't be honest, right? I know I believe something different, right? Which is what I'm going at. It's like, imagine being afraid to be yourself. That's the scary thing, isn't it? And I'm trying. That's the bridge I'm really trying to close the gap on, if you will. That's the real thing, because once again, if man, I can only be mayor of New York if I have to play the game to do it. Then it's like you already lost off rip versus the guy's like, I'm me. These people, I guess, voted me in for some reason. All right, I'm with it. But they voted for me. Here's me. That is 10 million times more respectful or respectable than this other political game bullshit. And once again, this is not about politicians. The ideas that I try to go over, it's not about politicians. It's about everyone. And I'm just, once again, just taking Play-Doh that the world fucking gives me. Here's some Lego blocks, Jordan. Make a fucking symphony out of it. That's what I'm actually doing. In my own mind, at least, right?
Well, if I could just respond to that right quick, just so you know, both Trump and Mamdani overcame huge financial odds, right? They were both outnumbered by several factors, right? 3, 4, 5 times, right? The amount of money on the other side that was trying to destroy them. But they still came through and managed to win, right? Despite these odds. And I think for similar reasons, right? So,
yeah,
I think
and Trump's a corrupt devil worshiper, and Mamdani's afraid to call that out. Seemingly, like he's not willing to really call that out because he needs some federal funding, right? Or federal help. So that's like, oh my God, you guys survived the odds to do what?
What did he get out of it? I didn't really understand.
If he pisses off, right? Yeah, Trump. What happens if Trump sends a whole bunch of ICE agents down to New York City and starts causing havoc?
It's the price of the price of being the righteous guy. Is you have to have the integrity to hold on to your principles.
I do not.
You kind of have to do that.
So
otherwise,
why would you be afraid of
your
that?
Point.
Preemptively be afraid of it. Like, did he get funding in this trip, or what What did he get out of this, actually?
Information. Where does Trump stand? What does he want? What can I get?
No, he didn't get what Trump stands for.
Information.
They were bullshitting the
Yeah.
public.
Unless Trump's lying to him, then
They were bullshitting the public after their own private meeting.
So what happens if Trump just abuses this guy now? Abuses New York City and abuses this mayor of New York City. And it's like, man, you did all that ass shaking for nothing. And you got nothing out of it.
Like I said before,
Now you look like a loser, a poser, and you're getting screwed over too.
I mean,
Trump has
no, the
big
reason
problems right now.
I asked
Trump
about
has
it because
lost key states. Trump has lost the Epstein fight. Trump has lost so much. He's in big trouble. He needs help right now.
Because he's full of shit, and people are now being aware of it. It took them long enough, but they're now being aware that he's full of shit.
Mamdani can take advantage.
By what? Being full of shit himself?
By being a friend.
Yeah. Well, we just saw where it got Trump. Let's see where it takes Mamdani. We'll see.
What should he do?
Donnie said he wouldn't go to
honest.
Israel, right? He's not going to travel there because he said, because I'm the mayor of New York, so this is where I'm going to be. So now I see him in DC. So I'm wondering, like, maybe there was some federal funding or something. So that's what I'm asking. Like,
there's a lot of federal funding.
Did he go? Yeah, but did he go and get something, or what happened? Like, what did he get out of it?
Okay, well, the thing is that just so New York City has the largest public housing projects in the United States, the largest urban university system in the United States, and they get lots of money from federal funding directly to New York City, right? Not just through the state, but also to New York City directly through a lot of grants and other type of stuff that's going on.
Did he get that from Trump now, or is that something that Congress does? Is it something that the executive branch does? Like, I don't really know the details of like how that works.
Okay, most financial things are handled by the Senate, right? But the thing is that, and then there's the federal bureaucracies that pay this out. But actually, Trump can kind of like get in the way of these things. He could create an executive order. He could try to freeze things. He could also take.
He was just trying to make friends then to avoid future maybe Trump getting in the way. Did that happen?
Like, you just also want to find out like what's available, right? It's his first time being mayor. It's his first time in executive position. He also wants to find out what. Remember that I was in an executive position before, for just a student government organization, which we had over $2 million. But being in an executive position gave me a lot of latitude to be able to remember. Trump is also redefining the rules as he goes along, creating a lot of new executive orders, right? Bulldozing part of the White House, right? He's basically just making the rules up as he goes along, which is part of being executive. So, what's his name? Mamdani can figure out how to work within that framework and find out what can be made done for himself, right? Trump, if you
the point that Jordan's trying to make is that this is not a good framework, because what's it built on?
A framework for what? A framework for what? Helping people?
I guess becoming buddy with him, so that
not buddies. There's no buddies, right? This is business. There's lots at stake right here. This is not friend. What is this? We're supposed to.
So it's acting then.
No, it's just business. It's trying to maximize the returns. It's just making deals.
Okay.
Because they're playing in the same field, they will actually they got to be friends with somebody. So they end up going to probably be friends with each other, to tell you the truth. It's like basketball, right? The fact of the matter is that I might be a Knicks fan, which I'm not. And you might be like a Lakers fan, right? And we'll be fighting each other like, fuck you. The Knicks are the best, right? And then meanwhile, the Knicks and the Lakers players meet each other and they're like, fuck these commoners, right? They got nothing in common with us. They're not on a pay scale. We go to the same restaurants, fuck the same bitches, fuck these commoners. You know what I mean? But we got into fighting each other for what?
So is Mamdani a commoner, or is he with?
He's in the elites now, right? But that's okay.
Now. Okay.
Yeah, he's the mayor now, right? He's Not saying that's all bad or all good. It's his own thing going on, right? But he's got to, he can make bigger things happen. He's got agencies like, at his beck and call. He has a lot of oversight ability. So now he's going to be getting reports from people that are in charge of thousands or 100,000 people, right? Not just a little guy like me, but we'll start to have less access, and rightfully so, right? But that's the problem with bureaucracies, but it is what it is, right? So he's, in the end, you're just going to, when those opportunities come, you want to find out what's available. Both people are trying to figure out what they can get out of this relationship here.
I'm walking on sunshine. Whoa. I'm walking on sunshine. Whoa. And don't it feel good?
So how to move.
Okay, look, here's another thing, right? The fact of the matter is
Maybe
that
the sun will make a visit one day. Just maybe.
I've been taking on, right? I got kicked out of AAPI Summit in New York State, right? And I know that you feel like the genocide thing is a big deal, right?
Any corruption's a big deal to me. My God.
Okay. So the thing is that, like how in Iran, the the Mossad got really close to the leadership and were able to, find out, where they were and blow them all up.
Okay? In some cases, yeah.
Okay, so how many? Oh, let's go back to that. Remember that picture, right? About how many Jews are in New York City? A little over a million.
Yeah.
Right? How many Arabics, not even Palestinians, how many Arabics are in New York City? You can Google this.
I don't know if you pointed to it or not, but
let's Google it right now.
I'm watching your screen. You fucking Google it. What the fuck?
Okay. Oh, is it still on? Okay. It's about 160,000, right?
Okay.
So I'll Google. Oh, it's still on. Okay, yeah. Let me see. Okay. How many Palestinians? Because remember, Palestinians are a small fraction of that. And New York City. Okay.
Okay.
This number should be significantly smaller. 4,000. Oh my God, 4,000. Right? Yeah. 4,000, maybe 7,000, maybe 7,000 against a million. You get what I'm saying? They are very powerfully outpowered in numbers. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I don't get where that's how that's going to clash with what I'm saying. My bad, Dubs. Your audio is kind of lowish, Dubster.
Remember what I said earlier about in a democracy, right? Yeah. The thing is that a democracy does not protect minorities; it actually oppresses them. And the only way that a minority can get aid in this condition is to form coalitions. Correct?
Or a leader could be like, hey, I wonder if there's different people there here that I'm not looking at. Maybe I should give them a chance. Let me look at these guys. But that takes brains, integrity, care, honor, things like that, right? But if you're a dumb fuck, like, man, there are no Palestinians live here, so who gives a fuck about their rights policies, things they care about in their neighborhoods, whatever the fuck. Fuck them, there's not that many of them. If you're thinking that, it's like, well, you're just saying the problem that I'm already talking about in the first place.
Okay.
If you're telling me Mamdani can't figure out, like, hey, man, are there different types of people that live in New York City, huh? If he's too stupid for that, quit right now, Mamdani. Like, quit your job right now.
That's the exact problem that I face as an Asian American. That's the exact problem that I face as a war victim who can be excluded from my own cause. It's like black people being excluded from the civil rights movement, but it's allowed to happen to my people. Right? Andrew Yang has an all-white staff. It's allowed to happen to my people. I cannot, right? I cannot get people to pay attention or to care about my issue. I must form coalition and work on other people's issues to gain credibility, so I can one day maybe get my issue acknowledged. But until I have this power, my issues will never be acknowledged.
I'm in the camp of I'm gonna be righteous. They can go fuck themselves. They can't hear it. If they're claiming to do the right thing and they're not actually doing it, they can go fuck themselves.
That's why I have a coalition of the wrongfully incarcerated, disabled, all the people who don't get help. We're forming a coalition. And the fact of the matter is I'm not here for democracy, right? I like the republic because the fact of the matter is that I'm more incentivized to do the work and to actually take over the electoral and tip the electoral scales, so I will get the power. And the people who don't care about it, they don't get it. And that's the people. It's that we need a societal change. And in the end, this is the free market. Listen, the people that are not committed, people that don't want to do the work, they want someone else to do it or live through an avatar. This can never work. And not even because I want it not to
Sounds
work.
Like you're waiting for a YellBro to show up.
It's the law of nature. It's the law of nature. No two people can have the same priorities or positions on everything, right? So
is my mic still quiet?
But I'm going at simple things. That sounds a lot better, Dubster. But once again, I'm going on simple kindergarten things like, hey, don't lie, don't murder, like simple shit like that. Don't support murdering, right? It's pretty simple. Apparently, that's too much to ask for, I guess. But, all right, go ahead,
even
Dubster.
what you understand is a lie because you do not have a full understanding of everything. You only know a partial. A part of this world.
All I can say is lying is not going to work anywhere to me.
You don't know the whole truth.
But lying's not going to help, right? We can agree on that, right? Oh, wait, actually, we do disagree on that, right? We do disagree on lying being a thing. What?
Because you don't know the whole truth. What you know itself is a lie.
That's not true. I leave room for, hey, I don't know exactly. I have some beliefs.
It's not the whole truth.
I have some beliefs, but I say, I don't know.
If we really want to split hairs on this, nobody can know the full truth.
That's right.
That's partially, about yourself you can, right?
No one's perfect. We gotta just deal with that.
You can know the whole truth about yourself. You can do that.
So everybody lies.
Unless you're lazy.
Not sure I follow.
To an extent, maybe, but not fully know everything about yourself.
If you're lazy, yeah. Won't get anywhere.
You can't know the way you're gonna die and what led to it until it occurs.
Is that who you are?
95% of people.
Well, if you define that as who you are, then sure, okay. I don't, because I'm walking on sunshine. Whoa, and don't it feel
You're smoking crack.
Never touched the stuff, Dubster. To be honest.
So you don't think your future is you?
Do I think my future is me?
Yeah.
Or do I think my pinky toe is who I am? Right? Because one day my pinky toe might get cut off or something like that. Is that who I am? Did I just lose me? Am I now
in the
gone?
Future could lead you.
Did I lose myself because my pinky toe's gone?
Your pinky toe being gone could lead to the future called your death.
You guys are stupid.
It's like what I said. Just
what you really are is your
registered.
appendix.
This wasn't registered, I think, what I said. Oh no, it's me all over the floor. It's like Dubster looking at his hair falling out. Oh my god, I'm not me anymore. Me is gone.
Bro, I'm gonna die with a full head of hair. I know that.
I was
Is
gonna make a
Dubster
dirty
Inspector
joke
Gadget,
there, but I left it
Jordan?
alone. I guess so. Either way.
He's not him anymore, Jordan. He's a hardware store.
All right, let's end this video. Was this 2.5 hours?
How'd you turn Jordan's retarded into I'm retarded? Because I
didn't
talked
say
to
you were
Jordan.
retarded. I said you're Inspector Gadget.
Dubster, you're so smart. Listen, here's the thing with Dubster. It's very uncomfortable for him because I challenge, like, I say I'm like this, and he can't live up to that, so thus he has to get in a pissy mood about it. That's probably
Nobody's trying to live up to what you fucking delusionally think.
That's Dubster's case.
And it's all your ego anyway.
No, you can't.
Everything you
can't
say
be
is just
good.
your fucking ego, because you wouldn't live half the fucking way you're talking on here.
You can't be good. You can't do it. He has to
You
believe
aren't
that
good.
to walk down the street. He has to believe that to walk down the street. Otherwise, he might be in a corner crumbling. Like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. What have I done? What have I done? What have I done? Don't worry, Dubster.
Come on, Dubster. Saints can be degenerates too. I thought this was America.
I'm walking on. Poor Ben Askren, I heard about that. I'm walking on sunshine. Whoa. I heard he's recovering now. Right?
take a look right
Wait,
now.
what happened? Who?
Ben Askren, yeah, something happened. I didn't really look too much into it, but I saw him like
Paul donated
emaciated almost.
1.5 mil for Ben's operation. That's nice.
Okay.
Like, did he look really gaunt in the face?
Like he's like emaciated from whatever the fuck
That's not how he
happened
looked
to him.
before.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
And from what I understand, he was a natural fighter.
I don't think I know who this guy is, but I hope he gets better.
Yeah. He was a UFC guy. Well, he did a bunch of different MMA orgs and shit like that. Pretty good, like really
I was
good
going to
wrestler.
say, death by malnutrition isn't pretty.
There's some sort of medical ailment that he's going through. I don't know all the details of it. Whatever. All right, let's end this video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you feel like. Comment, agree or disagree. There's a lot said here, but you know what? Someone called this a podcast. I'm like, all right, I guess it's a podcast. But I don't schedule how long we do videos. I swear to God, it's just off the cuff. It could be 30 minutes. It could be 4 hours, these videos. It is what it is.
The only editing Jordan ever does is that he puts the intro beforehand. After that, whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, basically. Actually, there's been moments where I do the YouTube auto scrub with either certain video or audio because it would have the entire video blocked out. But it's like, okay, fine, just erase it.
Well, that's not by choice. That's the fucking system making you do that.
Yeah. I forgot. Actually, forgot
because Candy can't stand fair use.
Actually, I forgot this to. I was uploading to Rumble for a bit, and then I stopped doing it. Just like I stopped thinking about it for some reason. I should probably do that again. But all I was getting was like bots. It's weird. They're all like, "Hey, man, you want to grow your following? Click on this website." I'm like, "Nope, no, thank you."
So you don't want to buy my boner pills? You're making me sad.
No, I'm good. I'm good. But
want to buy some questionably sourced gold? Invest now, Jordan.
Either way, please say your opinions in the comment section. Kyle and Mamdani, Alex Jones and Trump, morality, non-morality. Is it possible to be moral and be a politician? Is it possible to be a constituent and be moral? Is it even possible to be moral at all? Please, give me your opinions. Don't forget to share, support, hopefully donate to all the links in the description box. Check them out, read them, share them, then donate if you can. Some are you can't donate to anymore, but I really do think you should read the stories and share the stories. Just as like, maybe a sign of hope. Like, hey, people care about this and they're trying. Once again, money's not going to fix anything, but like, it's like an idea to try and help someone, right? Why not appreciate that?
How dare you?
Also, please sign up for the Discord if you want to join that. We are in that Discord right now, and all opinions are welcome, including Dubster's dumb fuck ideas. They're also welcome here. So you can sign up if you want to.
What the fuck, man? I've been part of this shit for 2 fucking seconds, and that's how you close out? You're a faggot.
All right, that's like number 3 on the list, so funny to me. Number 3, Dubster, congratulations. But yeah, if you want to join, please join up. Just nothing pornographic. I'm sad that Ed left because, funny story, Ed played porn on here. Well, not in this Discord, the other Discord. He was playing porn. He's like, yo, you guys, check this out. Check this out. There's some girl masturbating, tits out, all that stuff. And it glitched the entire Discord glitched. Everyone got cut off from each other. I think we all individually thought we got like kicked from the call or something, or glitched, or our internet went out or something.
Yeah.
But in actuality, it's just Ed playing porn that shut everything down. Apparently, seems like
it wasn't even a minute long either.
Exactly.
I guess those fucking naked chicks are radioactive or something.
Yeah. Meanwhile, fucking I'm forgetting his name right now. Fucking the resident troll. What's his name? Why am I fucking his name up?
Matt Hunter?
No, that's you. The other troll.
Yep.
No.
I don't know who you're talking about.
In the Discord fucking troll.
Harrison?
Harrison?
No, not Harrison.
Oh, yeah, we're naming everybody.
Chip.
The OG troll, bro, not Chip.
Chip.
No.
Oh, you're talking
Jordan?
about Tito Patio? Tito Patio.
No, that's Chip. No, wait.
Oh.
No, that's
Okay.
fucking that's Tenderlongs, right?
Yeah, you're talking about but you're talking about
Bro,
trolls?
I keep forgetting that
You guys don't remember that?
Tenderloin and his nonsense
How many
happened.
how many trolls?
Striker?
Striker. Super Striker. There's his name. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, Super Striker.
Oh fuck, that's a deep cut.
This
That is a
motherfucker.
deep cut. I forgot about that guy.
This motherfucker's spamming dick pics everywhere. Nothing happens, but 10 seconds of hot chick masturbating gets the entire Discord like glitched out. Fuck off. Go ahead, Jack.
But he shows dudes like with each other.
He shows a big dick black dude sitting on George Floyd and just spams the photo everywhere and tags everyone. I turned off the ability to tag everyone, and he just tagged everyone individually after that.
Yeah, to go through all those names individually, that takes a degree of commitment.
It was him and his fucking 4chan fucking buddies. They're like, Striker messages me. He's like, Jordan, I can't stop them. It's the Horde. I'm like, oh god. And you look into the Discord.
My God,
just
what have I done?
Spamming shit everywhere. And like, I'm crying laughing while this is happening. By the way,
I wasn't even in Discord when they did it, and I come to Discord and there's 428 fucking messages for me.
And they tagged everyone individually to do all that too. Like, you little fucking. It was hilarious. But yeah, don't do that. Nothing grotesque or pornographic in this new Discord. That will get you banned, but sent to my OG Discord, where you're welcome to be, you know.
You're welcome
we
to
have
be
rooms for
every
you for that.
degenerate we know you are.
With reason. Don't go too far. But with reason, I allow the trolling to happen in there.
No cannibal holocaust, please.
Christ. And obviously everything I showed you will be linked. Fuck, I need to ask Ed for that. Hopefully he sent those links to me of what he showed us on screen. If not, I could like kind of go through the video and find them myself. But yeah, everything I showed you will be linked in the description box for you to look at on your own. If you don't want to hear us talking or pausing the video or having opinions, please take advantage of that and watch it on your own. I beg you to. I beg you. Maybe you see what I see. I don't know. And with all that said, give this video a thumbs down.
Say you wanna get in.